everybody. Welcome to Dragonlance, a song of lance and fire. This is episode 28, Wake the Dead. What could go wrong here, right? We have no necromancers. We have no one who really can speak to dead that great on this cast on Monday. But hey, they decided they're going to go to the obelisk of Wakenreth, an elven area known as, I believe, the Shrine or the Place of Silence. What could go wrong? I mean, really, it should be fantastic. This is the last episode of the month. On top of that, we are going into our last month of the show, starting in July. We're going to be ending with chapter 6, I believe is what it is, or 7, one of those two chapters. Chapter 6. We're going to be ending with chapter 6. But we get into the biggest part of the book in chapter 6. I'm super excited for it. There will be new cards that get added next month as well, and we already have new cards that have been added for this month. Easttide has a new one where he can say he has a letter for someone and use it as part of the conversation. And tonight is the show that they're going to need it. Because you know what? Why not have mail for the dead? With that, pick up your Stream Loot cards. You can pick them up over on our site. Also, I'd like to remind anyone, if you are a sub to StreamLoots, you now get 2 packs on subscribing to Dragonlance. I don't have to do it anymore. They have it automated. Makes it really nice. We're going to be continuing that with all of our shows. But sit back, get a drink, get a beer, whatever it is you need. We got about 4.5 minutes till we start the show. Enjoy yourself, and we'll be right with you. All right, I'm going to go get a drink. While this is going. And I'll be right back. Also, turning up the fucking fan in here. All right. Da, 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 da. So it's been a week, everybody. I've had a blast of a time. I got to run one of my new settings, and I sat down after we ran that game to look at this game, and I realized we were getting ready to play Tales from the Crypt. I'm just saying that is what this episode feels like, but let's dive into what happened and where we are or where we're going. Last episode, our group decided that my monster, actually I need a beer for this, decided that my monsters were not worth the time of the day to even have more than 3 rounds of combat with. I almost killed East Tide. Almost killed this Tide. Close, but I didn't. He survived the Slad Draconian. And then Valina decided to prove that she was a rogue knight. I think those are called Batman. And she piked this dude twice and murdered him. But that wasn't enough. We decided wild magic needed to happen during that fight. And with wild magic, wild things happen. Like, you know, they sent Becklin to go to the Blue Shrine, the Phoenix Shrine, to get things done, and they summoned her back on a nightmare. Why? Because, well, they rolled unicorn, and for those who are uninformed, the nightmare in our group, the way nightmares are made, is when a unicorn loses its horn or something horribly evil happens, and when you're Soth's ex-mount, there's really not much more evil thing that can happen to you. So Becklin now owns the night. Actually, I don't know if owns the right word. Pretends to ride the mount when allowed. She showed up, they fought, and, you know, I thought all this said and done, it'll be fine. Of course, Adriel goes off to the side, sees something that's in the shadows, while their elven friend who's with them is blasting this crystal thing that is incubating and sending out more creatures. And I was like, we'll be fine. I have another character that'll get to do something. And they're still fighting on the side, and East Tide's laying on the ground, and she not one-shots this guy, but she 2-shots him, and then 3, because 1 wasn't enough. She hits him with Finger of Death from her cloak, takes his eye out, blasts him once with Eldritch Blast, twins it, hits him again, kills my green slot that gets to do nothing. Meanwhile, back across the cavern, they're fighting, and I think all said and done. And I have not figured out, while Adam, as a person, has asked me questions about getting something made, and he turns into a fucking T-Rex. And then they flank, and there's a short out right now. This is flanking T-Rex. As Valina and the T-Rex are flanking my Draconian Slod that was supposed to be a fight. I died, and nothing got done that I wanted, and the entire place is clean. The Minotaurs came downstairs. Everything is great, and they've decided to take a week or so of rest as the army gathers up, and they send troops out to handle some things, and they are getting ready to go to Wakenreth Shrine, which is the place where elves were buried, and their new elven friend doesn't know a ton about it. He knows a little bit. Dalamar knows about it, what it kind of is, but that's it. So there's your recap, because someone said I should do a recap, and I said, all right, wait till I recap tomorrow. Whoo, doggy, let's get the crowd in here. Let's get our team, and let's talk about what we're doing here, everybody. God. Don't do it. I was not at that con. Don't make me feel like I was at the worst part of that con. It's the worst song of all time. Hello, lovelies. How are you doing? You're back from Calgary. Yeah. Kelly got to play test this weekend.
I did.
It's been a wild couple days, and you flew back this morning and came here to dress up and play make-believe.
Yes, we did. 5:30. We've been up.
Oof.
Ready.
Yeah, it could be worse, right?
5:15.
I don't know how worse it would be, but there's a worse out there. So we've talked, obviously, between the shows, a lot of people ask how we decide what's going on next. We try to compartmentalize. Like, every TV show doesn't show you every step of the way, and that's kind of how I treat tabletop gaming online. And I do that because I feel that the in-between stuff that players do for shows don't make for tabletop don't make a great show. So we've decided that this group is going to head to Wakenworth Shrine. I'm not going to worry about the travel, because if you go with your Minotaurs, what's going to stop you?
Yep.
So as a group, the conversation was, do we go alone or do we take Minotaurs? What did the group decide as we are leaving the campsite? And let me pull up the campsite as well. We have a map for the campsite. Let me take us over to it. Ooh. There we go.
So, I think, no, my notes, I was pretty tired last week, so this could be wrong. But
Join
I
the
think
party.
we decided we were going to send Becklin to the Blue Phoenix Shrine.
With soldiers.
With all the soldiers.
No,
And we were
no.
gonna
You split it. You didn't take all the
We split
soldiers.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you wanted
But
people to
then-
protect this location still.
Right, but my notes say that we were going to have the Minotaurs hold the base. And
Oh,
then
is that what was
cudgel-
decided?
This is what my notes said at
No,
the
you're
time.
right then. That's fine. So all the soldiers went, so nothing's happening to Becklin. That's 1,000 soldiers. So then the Minotaurs are going to protect this place.
Yes.
And then it's going to be the three of you and Dalamar that go there. So with
Yeah.
that,
Cudgel's sending word to Kalamon.
right.
So we can
and
get more
she's,
reinforcements.
so here's the question then, as a group. Are you going to travel there in any particular means, or are you going to walk it?
Rex.
Oh, you're really quiet for me again. Let me turn y'all up. Try talking again for me.
I said, we have a T-Rex. Can we ride it?
Have a T-Rex, can we ride it? Well,
We
I don't
all
think
ride
he
on
can
it.
stay polymorphed that long.
No, I'm just joking.
Uh,
Guess we would walk it, yeah.
I mean, you could get mounts. There's definitely enough horses with you that you could get mounts
Oh.
if you wanted to do that.
yeah,
Let's make the ride.
Make the ride. Is that the game plan?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna turn up
Okay.
all of us a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
So you each get a horse. Dalamar, when you get the horse, the first thing he says is, he's like, these do not look like the horses from home. These are very big. They're muscular. They're very large. These are large horses. I feel unsafe riding them. And he looks to Valina and says, I would rather ride with you.
You want to ride on my back?
On the back of the horse, yes. I mean, I'm not,
That's what I mean.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I don't feel safe riding on something of this large. These are very... And one of the soldiers walking by says, they're the war horses. They're like a draft horse. They're very large as they're like leaving to head out the last group to go to the Blue Phoenix Shrine.
Getting cat aggro.
Oh. I mean, if you want to, yes. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. They're just horses.
Oh, makes me much happier. And he sits down and immediately puts his hands on the top of your thighs.
Oh, well, the hands go on the back or around the waist. They don't go on my thighs.
No, I can
think,
put him around
you
your
know,
waist, and he does the same thing. And it's more uncomfortable.
Okay, you know, I can't really move the reins if you're going to squeeze me.
What do you want me to do?
hard.
Hold on to your shoulders?
Okay, calm down. You're not going to fall off. What's wrong with the other horse?
I'm not a skilled rider, and I would make us late.
Okay, just hold on.
I would like to roll a persuasion versus you. A disadvantage, obviously, because he's.
Is this guy hitting on me?
Like Adriel's lips are just like super thin right now.
No, Aldrin's just sitting there going,
Grab. Eldridge
Don't look
doing
at-
what? Staring at me?
No, I think at me.
he's
Staring at
just
me.
kind of looking at the both of them like,
Where's my
Go-
dice cup?
I just
here
go.
there's a time and a place for that, guys. We have to go to the shrine. And,
I'm
you know,
teaching him where to hold me.
Oh,
And he
there's
looks
still
at you
a
and
time
goes,
there's
and he
still-
goes, yep.
There's still a time and a place for that.
The time and the place is now. I don't wish to fall off of this. If I break my hands, I can't cast for you. There's no clerics in the world.
No,
Some
there
jokes
isn't.
go over there.
So, with that said, let's go. And he like squeezes harder as the horse takes off.
Okay.
I would like to know if you could give me. I mean, my persuasion roll with disadvantage was still pretty good. I got a 24.
What am I going against?
I mean, he is very persuasive. You can take that as you want. He's very kind. He doesn't mean ill, and he is holding on. And the whole ride, he is talking to you about who you are, where you've been, the whole ride. Now, I want to remind everybody as we scroll up to this map, this is not that short of a trip. Actually, I got to take us to the big map. The big map. Hold on here.
The biggest map.
The biggest of maps. Kalamon Northern Waste. So, is this the Thanks Monday map? It sure is. It sure is the Thanks Monday map.
Serving hands.
Yup.
This is not one of those.
Hey, Game of Thrones had awkward sexual tension all the time. It's true.
Oh, I thought
You know
we were
what? So
talking
did
about one
Dragonlance.
scene.
Oh yeah, that is 100% true. Written before it, actually, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So your pin is here. This is the shrine. And then you are heading to, I believe it's E. Yep.
Yeah.
All the way to here. And that is a pretty big distance for you all. If you look in the bottom right hand, the ruler won't. The ruler will work for this, actually. You got to go here to here. You have to go all the way down to here, and then you hit water. Now, you guys waited a week, and because you've waited a week, as you are making your way through, the water has receded. Which is good, right? Like, that's what the goal was.
Yeah.
But it is now muddy and crummy and not the best situation. So that it has went in 1 hex this way, and then it has went in 1 hex this way. And then on the left hand, let me make this so the audience can see it. I apologize. I don't think they could see this because I have not pulled up the big map. Hold on here. Thanks, Monday. That is receded. And this is the area caused by you summoning a giant water elemental, I guess is what it is.
This is a Titan. Is this a Titan? Is this a little guy?
Yeah, right.
Little Titan God.
And then it has moved like this, about a hex in, and starting to drain back into the ocean.
Okay.
All right. So that means that technically speaking, E is not underwater right now. But there are large areas that come in, known as the wash, and fill these channels. For the first time, maybe in all of our history, I'm actually using the random encounter table.
Wow.
Which means I need the audience to roll me a d20.
Let's go, audience!
Come on, audience. I believe in you to screw us over.
100%.
Give us a shrubbery.
So the way this works when you're in the waste, and you've been told there is a lot of this wash that comes in is a dangerous flood that will fill the area. And because of that, I am upping the D20 roll by 4 for all of these because we have a lot of water in the area. With that, D20 go, oh my
19.
God.
Oh God.
Boy.
Oh God. Oh no.
Wow. Okay, JD.
Can I get a
JD's
D10, please?
Right out of the bag.
This is fucking bad, and I'm adding 2 to the Wasteland Predators table.
Okay.
Oh.
D10 now. There's no B dice. Get over it.
Oh.
It's okay. This beer suddenly
B-dice-
tastes much
B-dice
better
3.
to me. I want to see what they get. And then it's going to come down to some ride rolls. So make sure you look over your character and see if you can ride at all, if you're any good at it, all that kind of stuff. And then we got a D10 coming in right now. And I'm adding 2 to this. Okay.
3.
As you are riding through on like day, I mean, let's look at the map here. If you are going from there, oops, I need to.
It's okay. We have an S tide.
You do. I think it's funny that you think S-Tide's gonna be able to do anything about this.
Freeze! You feel fantastic.
Like so. I just want to make sure I have this covered right. Where is it at? I made it too small. There we go. All right, so it should be about like this, and then let me put this other water one here, And we are going to reduce this down as well, because it should only be covering about here. Okay, so from where you all are going, looking at the map, you guys are at D, cutting down and through. The land is pretty dry in this higher point. It's had time to dry. This used to be a desert, so it's sucking up the water pretty well. And about 12 miles in, it's six miles per hex. On horse, it's usually 30 miles a day that you can travel. But because of the rough terrain, it's cut in half.
Right.
Okay.
Unless you have magical ways to bypass all the rough terrain, and I would need a way for all 3 of you to bypass rough terrain 3 times. So 3 horses 3 times. Okay?
No.
And then when you come down around here and you get near the water and you're going back up and trying to find a path through, I need someone to give me probably survival roll to find a path on the way through here.
I'll do that.
I'm assuming, yeah, I was assuming it was going to be you because you're the best at it.
Hey, good start, 21.
You find a path up and around. As you get to the crest of this, they're like carved out valleys and narrow passageways, and you find your way where you got to go down one more. As you hit here, which is known as Storm Step, a wash comes rushing through, and it comes flowing from the area, not to the middle, but actually from the tides pushing it up and in. And it starts filling all these channels and valleys and touching with the flood that you've made. Now, thankfully, a 4 and a 5 is not that bad of a roll. But it's also not great. As out of the water, out of the ravine, comes flying 3 beast-like creatures with large wings flying up and out of it, trying to get away from the wash. If I could get a nature or an arcana roll as these things are flying by from the group to see if you know what they are. And then I also want to know what everyone's stealth is. 1 per horse.
Right, well...
I don't know.
Dalamar doesn't notice anything. He is still talking to Valina. His latest question was, so I saw you can breathe like acid from your mouth. Are you a spellcaster? He's got like one arm on your shoulder, and he's like feeding you food from behind.
Oh, okay. Yes. No, I'm not a spellcaster. I just. It's in my blood, in my lineage. You know, all these years. Ttrpgfamily.
I have no idea who that is. As this big shadows fly over. What do we get on our rolls?
I got a 6 Arcana.
Okay, no idea.
I'm sorry, no, that was an 8.
Still
no idea.
Not good enough.
But my stealth is a 24.
That's good, though.
Damn.
I got 18 on the die. I'm not
8.
completely dead yet.
8 for nature.
Hell yeah!
Doing good. Never been up this far before. All good. And you ready for this? You ready for this craziness? An 8 for stealth as well.
Oh no!
I didn't roll good on
Okay,
myself
so I'm going to ask some
You've got
very
plus 14
important
years.
questions.
either.
You
I
should
got
be okay.
18 total, but so.
I'm going to move our pin, and I'm going to ask some very important questions of our team here. At
Unless
least
we got a deck.
I feel they're important. We're going to start with Easttide. Easttide,
Perfect.
hey buddy, pal, failure of rolls. Would you like to spend inspiration for damage during this multi-day travel so that you can re-roll one of those?
Yeah.
Would you like to re-roll the stealth or the knowledge?
I'm gonna say the knowledge.
A knowledge?
Try to yeah.
That's more important than hiding to you.
Well,
You are a
Really,
brave
perhaps.
soul.
You know what? These are like these 3 things. One of them is one of the people that has like one of the beasts has a letter.
yep.
He's like,
Your mother
There
is
we go.
sending you a message. Come home.
That's
your mother wants to talk to you about your extended wing warranty.
hey, Frankhouse. How many +2s to a roll do we have?
Well, before we get to that, you can't use it because it's green. And you're using a green card right now. And audience, I would like you to roll me the 2d6 for his damage. We're going to use Kyler's card. I mean, we have plenty of +2s and knowledge check ones that you can use, but no.
Okay. No, I think I'm okay for the knowledge. I just wanted a +2. I wanted to make it a Michael Jordan, so it's only a 21.
No, definitely not allowing now that you've told me. With that, you are also a really bad stealth roll as you walk out from behind one of the rocks and cacti with these purple blossoms on them. As you walk out on your horse to take a better look at these creatures flying by, it's 3 manticore. Oh. Flying through. But here's the thing. They seem to be fleeing from something.
Oh god, that does not sound good.
Thank you for the point. Is there any blue or purple cards that you would like to spend to help with any of your rolls right now? I think blue-wise, the only thing you could do is maybe a potion and pray its invisibility, or you could. We have no retainers with us right now. I mean, yeah, no. I don't see anything you could help yourself with here right now. We have no gold cards.
Nope.
So, cool. As one flies up, whoosh, the next one, whoosh, the third one comes out below and he's kind of turned and he's looking at you. And he swoops and starts coming towards the group. Well, towards you. Valina, what did you get on your rolls? Whatever you rolled, I would like to remind you that you are being talked to and fed right now. Roll disadvantage on your stealth.
Okay, so my first stealth was 18.
That's really good.
The second one is a 2.
So as he's feeding 16. You, he pulls out your favorite piece of like food that is not a ration. What is it?
How do you know it's so good? I love the snake of this jerky. It's so yummy, you know?
Oh, well.
It's a...
You speak a lot in the camps, and I listen to everybody.
Oh, I appreciate it.
It's
delicious.
He looks up and he goes, oh, by the way, we may be in danger as your stealth check is not high enough. And the second one that goes out further loops back. Like 2 planes coming in. So that takes us to, do you want to spend inspiration to re-roll your disadvantaged roll? Or are you going to just ride with it? Because those are still pretty good disadvantage rolls, to be honest.
I'm going to use my characteristic as I'm always calm no matter what the situation is.
Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome, yeah. Oh, more Dragonbane metal just got played.
Nope. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm rolling stealth, yeah?
Yep. And don't forget, we do have call on retainers, so you could call on a retainer if we can think of a way for them to get here.
22.
Twerking.
With disadvantage?
Twerking worm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The power of the twerking green worm.
When that happens, while he's feeding you something, he takes his hand off of you and starts casting a spell as you pull up behind a rock, and he casts illusion. He's like, no one can see us now. So between you hiding next to the rock and him cloaking you totally, it flies and it comes in further, and both of them come back towards Easttide. Good job. All right, so Adriel, what would you like to do?
I'm hidden.
What did you get?
I think I'm hidden. I got 24.
That's really good. What did you get on your knowledge again?
I only got an 8.
Would you like to make another check or make a roll for your Arcana that sucked? Would you like inspiration for damage for a reroll? Because they are fleeing, and that is not something that Manticores really ever do.
Well, I definitely have trouble trusting my allies right now with Dalamar. So I'm going to use that as my inspiration because who knows? He may be whispering bullshit in Valina's ear about what this thing is, or he may be hiding it to make himself look better.
Well, you can't see them. They're in an illusion.
Well, I can't see them now.
They're in a perfectly happy illusion spell.
Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't know where they went.
Fair. Fair.
All right. Arcana, don't fail me now. Okay, that was a 17.
That's better.
Let me see if there's anything I can use to boost that. Let's see.
Can I have another piece of that joke? By the way?
Of course. And he he literally feeds you another one as he's pulling a wand out from with his other hand, and he wraps underneath your arm so it's not in the way if you go to use your pike.
Oh,
I'm gonna play a +2 int card from Bear the Crusader
Yeah, okay.
for a
Awesome.
19.
19.
19 Arcana.
Okay.
Come
With the
on.
19, I'm going to spend all 3 of those Takesis points, and I am going to upgrade the roll 3 so that instead of it being giant sharks, it's a purple worm.
what?
Okay.
No. What? No.
I was trying to get you to spend as many cards as possible. It is about
When
a
in doubt,
mile
check it out.
out from these creatures as you see it come up out of the water and dive back in. As these things are flying out of the canyon, as the wash is kind of going through the canal and flooding over the edges, splashing near you, but not, close, you're going to drown or anything. As they are looping to come back, they're not coming towards Easttide. They are flying away from this canal trying to get away. As the third one is flying out, this thing that was once a mile comes up again, and it's way closer. As this thing is trying to get away, but there is no chance. As a group, without me putting up an encounter or anything along those lines, what would you all like to do? Some of you are hidden really well. Easttide currently isn't, and there's 2 manticores flying very close. As a group, what are you doing? He's out in the
There's a way-
open looking at this gigantic shadow flying over him.
There's a way to signal to East.
Listen,
side.
sometimes people are bait, and he feeds you another piece of food.
No. No, that's my friend. No. We need to
Sometimes friends are bait.
No. What do I have here? I have nothing. I can't do spells.
Well, I can cast if you would like to help him,
Please, because we are here to help you. And come on.
but it'll cost you dinner.
You want a date?
I said I wanted dinner. I didn't say I wanted a
Okay.
date.
Fine,
And you're
we'll go to
buying.
dinner. I'm buying.
Yes.
Oh, bye. Save my friend.
Easttide, run over here! And he yells loud enough that you look over and it just looks like rocks. And you see a hand poke out and wave at you out of this illusion.
Run to the floating hand.
Just come, you idiot.
All right.
I will give you another roll on your stealth check upon approaching. On flyby, because manticores have flyby attacks. If you fail this, I'm going to make attack rolls on you.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm going. Frankhouse, it's your favorite. I never fail, only succeed. I'm watching that now.
Now I want to remind
baby.
you, it's once per episode. Are you
know.
sure you want to use this? You only
I
took
rolled a
3
nat
damage for the
one.
last inspiration.
I rolled a natural 1.
Would you like to use inspiration for damage versus wasting that?
You know what? That's true. Yeah, let's do another.
Cool. All right, we're going to use Serving Hands inspiration for damage. Roll 2d6, audience, to give him more damage. Look, I've tried killing my players numerous times, and the only way to be able to damage them is to weaken them before I fight them.
That's why I'm not calling out or doing anything.
I know, you're like, oh, he might die. Oh, what'd you get this time?
A little better. That's a 9 instead. An 8.
I'm going to have to say
I'm sorry.
that
better
is
start
the
building
opposite
Oh my god.
of good.
Thank you. Another 3.
Man, what is this damage, yo?
I'm writing like you're looking at East. He's just not like. He looks kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's used to being a
little bit.
T-Rex now. Why would you want to ride a horse?
Well,
mean-
yeah.
Well, that's okay. I'm only going to fling tail spikes at you as they fly by.
That's fine. He's just got like a bigger backpack on. Like, just a big pack on his back. It's a lot of weight for him right now. Yeah, a 3 again.
I hit a 19 and a 24.
Both of those hit. Yes.
And I can throw them 100 foot for short range. As they fly by,
101
boom,
feet.
boom.
101
No, I'm
feet
not.
away.
You take let's see here, 7, 8, 9, 10 points and 11 points of damage from the spikes. The other one, that's, by the way, is it flies, it hits that. They have multi-attack, but they fly by instead of doing the other and spiking you. Out of the two, one of them turns and comes back. The other two continue their flight away. That'll take us to the group as a whole. As it is making its way back around, you step into the shadows of this illusion. It lands between the group of you in the illusion and Adriel. And I'll be honest with you. Like, let's just be as transparent as possible right now. It's not the manticore that's the danger. It's the fact that it's the food and a purple worm is coming at this location. So as a group, without being able to talk to each other and without being able to see three of them, I need to know what we are going to do.
Is there any type of rock formations that creates a small little cave nearby?
Can I get a survival check from you to remember that? It's a very good question. Where you could like make a break for it?
Yes. Let me...
Adriel, do you have a chance to know anything about a purple worm?
Isn't that what I rolled with my 19, or was that just for the manticores?
That was just the manticores.
Um,
They would fall under nature, I think, actually, right? Monstrosity is nature?
So
Actually, hold on. Now that my printer works again.
fantastic.
Yeah, oh yeah, you don't even want to get me started. I was very angry about it. It almost got chucked in the garbage.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like your super expensive one, right?
Yeah. I would say, if I remember correctly, monstrosity falls under nature.
Well, I got an 18. That's about as good as I can get.
You know,
'Cause I'm
purple
dumb.
worms are extremely dangerous, above your pay grade and definitely beyond your sense of wonder.
Amazing.
But the best part is they're tunnelers, so a cave's not going to do shit.
Cool. So cool.
Well, and I'm assuming there's a conversation immediately on my actions, Dalamar. I connect this all in a telepathic bond so that we can speak to each other.
try to pull out one of these.
As a group, I will give you a quick discussion about how you would like to handle this situation. Now that you can all talk to each other.
Okay.
Tunneling, hiding in a tunnel won't help. They're tunnelers.
Okay, so, I can't fly.
I never heard it's
Dalamar says, I've never seen a purple worm.
No, we're not going to see it. That doesn't sound very good.
Well, I know they're tunnelers, and they can sting, they swallow things whole. It could be quite fun. You know what I mean.
Fun.
And he feeds you another piece of food as he says that.
Okay, no more food. This is very important.
Yeah, can you stop eating right now? We're trying to make a very precise decision.
No, I apologize. I can multitask. I'm sorry.
I've never seen one of these things before. I mean, I feel like the best thing would be to run, but is that going to have them charge after our the hoofbeats?
What if the manticore follow us, and it follows the manticore, and this is a chain smorgasbord for the purple worm?
Or return into the giant monstrosity that you were the other night.
To what? I don't think I could fight that thing. The giant purple worm was that.
They are gargantuan for size comparison.
Oh well, technically. Oh no, I'm
No, you are not gargantuan. I think you're huge.
no, I'm huge.
Adriel,
Yes.
can you make an illusion of another manticore on the other side?
I
Make it
could,
look
but
like bait.
if it uses scent or tremor sense, that it's not going to work. I'll tell you what.
Can I use my cloak to do that?
To do what?
Make the illusion?
You could, but it would still be an illusion. And if it's touching ground, you know they do have tremor sense since you made the check.
Right. So, that's what I say over the link. I'm like, they have tremor sense. An illusion's not going to do much.
I could teleport us to the shrine, I guess.
What?
Really?
Then do it!
I'm going to
I don't want to
need
die.
dinner and breakfast.
I'll definitely make you breakfast.
Not
I make
from
a really
you?
good
God,
cornbread.
no. I mean, no, you're filthy.
Okay, dinner and breakfast done.
Promise?
Pull out another spike.
Promise.
Promise. I am
Promise.
making a roll. Are you lying to him?
No.
All right. He's like, then gather up. Adriel, make the run. Be careful. There's a Manticore's like pacing in the area looking for wherever in the hell Easttide went, and you are apart from each other. Kind of split the party. You're probably a double action away, like a move and an action to get to them. He's like, I need you over here.
I'm going
Done.
to use my cloak
Okay.
as it flares out. And it's like the cloak is super agitated, and you just hear
Should
like
be.
the rattling of chains
Okay.
underneath
The
it.
Manticore looks at you in that direction.
And then the cloak wraps around both me and the horse and envelops us in red threads as I
Okay.
disappear.
You cast illusion, didn't you?
I cast invisibility on myself.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I just said I'm using the cloak to cast invisibility.
Stealth, I'll give you stealth with an advantage, which makes total sense because they can only hear you now. They can't see
And
you
then
anymore.
I'm gonna use the cloak's at-will ability to use minor illusion to make sounds away from me as I ride away.
I'll give you advantage, and I will make it harder for them. Give me a roll.
Well, that was a 19 on the die.
Perception save.
And that was another 19 on the die.
I don't
so it's
notice
20. Okay.
Meant to be.
When you get into there, and he goes, I will have to use the horses for this, though. They're going to be tired and unable to come with us. I didn't think you would care. And he touches the horse, and it gets tired and like goes down on all fours to sleep. Like he doesn't hurt it. They just become exhausted.
Oh, it's just gonna become food for the worm.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have enough I don't have enough area. I can't carry everybody. And he goes, but I can take one horse. And he grabs the one he can see, which is Easttide's. So the three of you and a horse he takes with you. Boom, teleports. Unfortunately, I need percentiles from the audience because teleport is not exact.
Oh.
Where do we end up? It'll be close. It just may not be like where you need to be.
Okay.
Estide, don't forget you've got the two horses. The two magic ones.
Oh yeah, your tattoo.
Oh, I know.
I forgot about that.
Bloodseeds.
So as he casts it, when he touches the horse, it fatigues and falls to the ground. He grabs a hold of the other horse and touches it, but he like wraps his arm around Valina. Doesn't have to touch anyone else for it. And when he casts the spell, everyone begins to ignite and turn into electricity, and it arcs into the sky. A 24. So this is a similar area that he has viewed probably once. He's probably viewed it. With a 24, that means that he has viewed it once. 24 is a mishap.
Grenades.
Where are we going? Swimming?
I'm looking up the mishap. Familiarity on target, off target. Mishap. Unpredictable magic results in a difficult journey. Each teleporting creature or the target object takes 3d4 force damage, hence the lightning. It's better than getting swallowed whole. Ooh, but that is for 18 points.
I need math.
The DM rolls on the table to see where you wind up. Multiple mishaps can occur, dealing damage each time. As it happens, you get hit with electricity. It doesn't work the way he wants. I need percentiles a second time from the audience.
Oof.
No, he knows no chill. That is correct, Serving Hands. Percentiles one more time as he tries to get you to the location. Wow. Not good. Not good. He's viewed it once. We want 40 or higher. Really, 54 or higher would be great for percentiles.
Please, do we have something good?
But if he fails it again, you take more damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
39.
39. As it arcs and hits once, everyone takes damage. He's like, damn it, wrong location. He grabs and it arcs to another spot. Everyone takes an additional 14 points of damage. Boom, arcs to another location. It like freeze frame of the horse going as it takes damage. He's like, damn it.
Oh, fuck.
I got it. We've been here. I need percentiles again as he arcs it one more time.
No! Oh my god.
During any of this, is it possible to use a reaction, Eric?
No, it's all like, there's no anything. It's just the
Alright.
spell functioning until
I
you
may die.
arrive on target or he cancels the spell.
All right, well, I might die.
You should be fully healed. Everyone's fully healed. We had a
yeah.
week off.
But he took, what was it, 18 points of damage plus another 14 points.
13 points. 18 plus 13 points. We'll see.
Oh.
Come on, percentiles one more time. It's not good. Come on. What could go wrong?
He can't
Well.
teleportation.
Teleportation is dangerous. No one real. So everyone thinks
I didn't
teleportation
know.
instantaneously works and it's always okay. And teleportation's only good if you know it. Like you have a permanent circle that goes there, an associated object that's there, or he's very familiar. He's never been there.
Oh, 72.
He's only viewed it once. 72, it's off target, but you land.
Oh.
And you land 18 miles from the location normally, but because he is specialized in this, you are 4 miles away. And you can see it in the distance. There's this huge obelisk that's shattered and floating at the top. He looks around and he's like, oh, I thought I knew it better than this. I feel like crap. He doesn't apologize. He just says he feels bad. How's everybody else? And he like looks around. The horse is like slowly getting back up.
I'm
Side is somewhat slinking.
It's
I'm
better than
still-
being eaten alive. Just keep that in mind before you yell at me.
I'm
It's
still
better than being
invisible.
eaten alive.
I'm still invisible, so I'm going to use Silent Spell, and I'm going to heal myself.
There you.
Fuck him, that's why.
Oh, you sneaky git! He still doesn't know you're a healer.
Oh.
Surprise, everybody! Adriel has healing magic.
Yes, but he doesn't know.
110% correct. All right, let's see. Is that?
This is why Geralt hates portals. You are not wrong, serving hands. I love when players use teleport in a game. And I'm like, okay, have you been there before? Like, no. I'm like, yeah, what could go wrong? I play diviners that use teleportation to make my life easier. I scry the area and then teleport there. Obviously, this was we didn't have time go moment.
So
Healed
I'm
up?
not nearly as wounded.
He looks at you and while he's leaning on you, acting like really wounded. And he is wounded, but he's not that bad. He goes, and how are you, Valina? Are you going to make it? Do you need healing? Bandages?
I mean, I'm going to make it. It hurts. Yes, I need. But, Asta, are you okay? You look worse than me.
All right. Reach in. I pull out a little scroll. As I start to.
You know what? I think I have.
Should
to-
probably
Right.
make camp near the monolith.
That's
Should we travel at least a few miles in? Where's Adriel? And he starts looking around. I was like, oh shit. Did I forget to bring her? I felt her in the
No.
spell. And he's looking around. She's nowhere to be seen.
I just say, like, right next to you, like, no, I'm here.
Oh, thank God. Are you okay? And he like starts reaching to like find you.
I'm going to do one more Silent Spell, or
Okay.
Subtle Spell.
Okay.
Oh,
Are you okay? Are you all right? We
yes.
can't see you.
Wait, yes, Adrio.
Hold on. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. What's the level of your spell casting?
Well, it's from the cloak, but, I mean, he
Oh,
can dispel.
shit.
That's fine. I'm still using, I'm still
Yeah, no,
using
you can do your
Subtle
heal.
Spell.
He's afraid he caused it. He goes, well, whatever it is, I can't dispel it. As he like waves his hand, draws a glyph, and pushes it, and it like shatters, and some of the area around dissipates, and things that were glowing kind of fall apart. But you don't see her.
Did you just break her into a million pieces?
No. I dispelled some of the magic in
So
the area. I had to get rid of some of my
what's-
own to do this.
I'm back up to 48 hit points.
Okay.
So after that happens, like you hear the clanking of chains and the threads split apart and reveal me, and I have like maybe a cut on my face, and that's it.
Oh,
Well, you made it out better
Okay.
than the rest of us. He looks unscathed.
His tide is smoldering a little bit.
Yeah, you're worse than
Well,
me,
then
Adam.
The tide of
you can see in the distance, like I said, like 4 to 6 miles out. Do we want to camp here on the high rise, or should we make it all the way to the obelisk before nightfall? I can teleport us again, but
No.
No.
I can see it. It's a different scenario.
It's 4 miles.
I walk. I need to walk.
We'll walk then.
I need to walk the pain off.
So that you could say.
Tis but a
Good
sexifying wound. That's right, serving hands.
Well then, and he smiles, and he gets off the horse. Straightens his robes. He's like, well then, if we are going here, I feel that I should be 100% transparent with you. I know very little about this location. I'm off the horse just in case any of you decide that I'm all of a sudden going to get hit, smacked, or any of those things, because that's how this always goes. I know it. I know it is a burial site. I know that Sylvanesti used it. I know nothing other than that, and that no elf should trespass. Unless you are dead and being buried inside.
We can't have your assistance inside it then.
Oh, I don't care at all. I just don't know what'll happen.
Glad what just happened. But
Well, we can. We can travel a little bit, but I don't think we should go all the way in looking like this. I mean,
can I go
Let's-
insight on him?
Yeah, absolutely.
While he's doing that, I'm going to say let's make our way
Mhm.
to the obelisk. We can use the Starlit Sphere to set up camp.
What is that?
An item that we found.
Oh. Well then. He reaches his hand back up to get back on the horse.
oh, we're getting on the horse.
Well, you
No, we
yeah,
have
I only
horse.
brought ours is tired, but I mean it can still walk, right? All the horses are here, by the way. They're just exhausted.
No, let's just walk on foot. Let this horse rest. He got damaged.
Well, then we should just sleep here and then travel. Let them rest overnight. They'll be fine by the morning.
What do you guys think?
Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, everyone's
sleeping next to a
exhausted.
funeral obelisk does not sound like great slumber to me.
Yeah, on
Well,
it.
let's find a spot here.
Yes.
That sounds great. And he looks to East Tide.
Sure. Survival check.
Unless you think we should travel.
No, we're going to rest.
I mean, the horses are exhausted. Besides Adriel's, it seems fine. And sure enough, your horse is fine. He only had to tap 2 to bring everybody with him.
Something with like a little overhang or.
Yeah, okay.
Or
Yeah, all right, right.
something.
Overhang, yeah.
Actually, that's pretty good. That's a 27.
So you are past it. You are looking east, back towards it. You're gonna have to go through a ravine to get there, but there's definitely a way. Well then, do we feel like this is a good spot? And he just looks to East Tide because he doesn't know.
Sure, I've never actually been up this far before, but I could. I need a little bit of a rest after that as well.
No then. Do we have tents?
He's got one tent.
I do.
Oh, I have one tent too.
Oh,
I
Oh,
have,
wait,
I
no, wait.
have that.
We have our big tent.
We do?
Didn't we eventually get our big tent?
Oh yeah, didn't we?
don't look at me.
Hats and everything.
No, that was for the other game, you guys.
Oh, what's this?
Dragon Bane! We ordered the tent from the half-orc boy!
Look it. First off, let's
Sorry.
let's be transparent about something for a minute here, everybody. There is another game we play once in a while on Sundays. We're playing a regular Dragonbane game, and tents are very important. And they're not even in a bunch of streams right now. They're literally just in mine, and once in a while another, they're taking some time off, and they can't remember what game a tent was important in? Can't keep you around.
Take you anywhere.
I have the clock.
You've got the clockwork tent.
Yeah, I have the clock.
Okay.
Good, because I want to sleep alone and not with this.
And he goes, no, dinner and breakfast.
Yes, but I'm going to sleep alone. I need to rest.
We get to make dinner.
She's just like
he just smiles.
Okay, I go hunt for dinner for everyone.
Oh, don't hunt. I have all the ingredients we need, and he sets a bag down.
You want me to cook right here?
Are you a good cook?
Am I allowed to help? We all help.
No, I hope you have your own
can go
tent, actually.
Go find some herbs.
No, I have
Season.
all of that. And he, like, sets it down and starts taking things out to make food. Elves don't travel without good food. Are you a good cook, is what I asked.
Let's see. Let's roll.
Well, first off, do you have tools for... He gives you a toolkit, basically, to cook. It takes intellect to cook. You're not trained in it or good at it, so you don't get your proficiency bonus.
Rolled a 12.
He goes, well, yeah, you should season...
I'm doing it.
You should season that a little...
Well, I did ask Estai to go find some herbs, but you told me everything.
They're
is
here, yeah. I just thought maybe... I thought you were a better cook.
I'm sorry. I fight all the time.
Now, it's not bad. For everybody else, this is good, like, trail food. It's not horrible. And he goes, I'll just cook. If you can cook a different time, and he just starts making food for everybody. Dalamar is a good cook. He makes great food. He makes stuffed pheasant with lemon, herb-encrusted breading. He fries it in oil. He uses some snakes in the area to make snake chips. And he makes actual food.
This is wonderful.
When y'all eat for the evening, everybody gets 1d10 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I thought you could do breakfast. I'll sleep in.
Okay, I tried breakfast.
As in,
One.
not
Are
eat
you
it.
fucking kidding me? I rolled a 1.
Everyone eats for the evening, sits and chills. Do you put the sphere up? Is that something you're going to do, Adriel?
I mean, so if we're 4 miles away, I mean, that's not...
It's not
actually
next
very,
to it.
Yeah, but it's also not a very long distance, and we don't know if there's going to be any wandering zombies at night.
Yeah, you guys know next to nothing about the location other than what it is.
So I turn to Estide and Velina and say, do we want to set up the sphere in case anything wanders from the ossuary?
It's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. We know, like this voice in my head said, we know nothing about it.
Right.
You know, so...
Oh, so we are hurt. I don't want to get hurt.
So-
Look, I do have mishaps happen with teleportation, but it was I didn't have a chance to look at the location, and that's a risk. I can see it in the distance, but it was rushed. Trust me, teleportation doesn't always go this way. It is just a happenstance of magic. He says all this, but he does not once apologize. Like,
Yeah,
to
I
him,
noticed that.
it happens. It's just part of magic. Deal with it. But he never says sorry.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the Starlit Sphere.
All right, pop it up. You camp. Thankfully, you did put that up. You camp with no problems. Outside the sphere, there are spirits once in a while that wander by. They are of Knights of the Rose, along with elves in the area. And they literally rain from the sky. Fall and die. Like, they fall, hit, die over and over and over.
Like the same ones or just like different ones?
It's like a repeat of like a
Repeat of
like
a-
60
something that happened.
minutes of it. And there's like a break for 15 and it happens again. Thankfully, when it makes no sound, but you can see it. When you're in your
Is there
tents.
a roll we can make? To
You can
know
make a
why
history
this is
check at
happening?
disadvantage or a religion check at disadvantage.
Curious.
No, we're all three great at those.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. 110%.
One of us needs to learn it one day. Okay.
Oh, but you said disadvantage!
I did.
Yeah, roll
sure
just
did.
that.
Okay.
Sorry, my 3. Yep. Oh, I rolled double 3s. That's great.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
I'm just watching.
I got a 6 and a 20.
Oh,
So you all just watch.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're just amazed.
it's like shooting stars, but ghosts.
When you say shooting stars, when Dalamar spits his food out, he's like, I'm sorry. Are you falling and dying elves or shooting stars to you?
I mean, I don't know what this is. I don't
They-
understand.
The death of elves falling from the sky is like shooting stars.
There's also knights dying.
He burst into laughter over it. He's like, I never would have thought the idea of dying elves falling from the sky is big. I mean, you burn so bright, and he laughs to himself about it way too long, and continues eating the food that he spit into his hand. He is not
Right.
all there on a normal person level.
Can we roll something?
Yeah, I mean, what do you
that
want?
was awkward for so long.
Sure.
I guess insight.
Yeah, that would probably be the best bet.
I mean, especially if he's
Okay,
laughing that
finally.
long. And the
Isaac
three
said,
of us
don't
are
worry, you're all
staring
doing
for-
great.
I got a 19.
Ooh, I rolled
Yeah.
an 18.
15.
22.
Okay. So here's the thing. He seems like he's just been away from society.
Oh, okay.
Like, what he laughs at isn't normal. The things he finds enjoyable isn't normal. Or, worst case scenario, he doesn't care about anyone else. You're hoping it's the first. Because he was shipwrecked.
I like how he's like the social one that they sent to go talk to people.
Did they?
Did they send him to go talk to people, or did they send him on a fool's errand?
Oh.
Did they send him to talk to people?
Tried to get rid of him.
Oh, Dalamar, tell me, how long have you been by yourself?
By myself. Never by
I mean,
myself.
they
I travel the
they
world.
said- Oh, you
Oh.
meet plenty of people? I mean, I thought you were waiting for the rest of
I
the
have met
elves.
and been with numerous people, yes.
That's good.
What a weird question.
No, I'm just talking. I'm just making
I
conversation.
think she means when
My-
we found you. How long were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, on the shore. I don't know. I was there looking for the elf who had the ship originally. It was supposed to be mine. I was sent
so-
from the camp to go look for the missing elves.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, like
Um,
less than a year?
oh, so you had been on travel for less than a year.
Well, I've been traveling for 50? But I mean, I've only been looking for them for less than a year.
For 50 years.
And what do you know? I travel all the time, all over the world. I was traveling for them after the Red Dragon army came and attacked us. And he starts making like
I am
hand
not
gestures.
stupid. I understand your voice and your conversation. You don't have to show gestures like this. That's
I
kind
think I
of
do.
no. That makes me feel bad. I'm just asking.
Well,
a
then now you know
question.
how I feel when you ask me stupid questions.
We were asking you how long you were shipwrecked for. I don't think that's a stupid question.
No, that was a fine question. I've traveled for over 50 years. I was only traveling recently for under a year looking for that missing ship. I had found it, I don't know, a week before you. I was trying to figure out how to fix it. Look,
That's it.
look. I feel like you think I'm crazy or something.
You're not crazy. You think I'm crazy by showing these gestures.
No,
I'm just
no, I
trying
said
to be
stupid.
human.
I didn't say you.
Right, I'm stupid.
I no.
I'm old. I'm stupid. Yes, I got old.
That's not what I. That's not what I meant. That's not what I
Felina
meant.
just turns around and like goes to sit by herself.
Well,
and she
shit.
gets super
And
frustrated.
he goes, "Guess I'm cooking breakfast." Is what he says as he gets up. When you all watch that rest for the night, finally he sleeps on the ground outside of all the tents, eating, and he meditates. He doesn't ever go to sleep. It does stop once the moon moves like out of the path of the area you're in, and the moonlight goes away. You don't see the falling spirits anymore. And he finally falls asleep snoring outside of the camp, like in the center next to the fire. The next morning, sure enough, there is breakfast ready. There's pheasant eggs, sage, and they are all stuffed in like wrapped like snake bacon, but he is nowhere to be seen. There's just a note that says, "Eat, I've moved on. I will meet you at the obelisk. Obviously, we need distance." And he signs it with his name.
Well,
Like
before, so
It's
before they,
addressed to Diana's character.
Yeah, well, I don't care about that. So before everyone went to sleep, I would have been using my subtle spell to bring some people back up and running.
Yeah, heal. So I'm assuming at night you move around and heal people without anyone knowing. 100% fine. Also, don't forget, it's a rest. You can also spend all of your hit dice that you have not spent to heal yourself for the evening as well.
Yeah, no, I don't want them to have, like, in case something were to happen.
I got it. And you get it all back the next morning anyway. How fucked up is the party?
Well, sorry, because I don't do D&D that much. Can you explain the hit dice?
So
for
the
me?
hit dice that you spend to do your breath weapon and stuff like that, you have hit dice equal to your level. So whatever you would roll to get your hit points every level. I think it's a D8 for you, right? As a rogue, or D6, one
Yes,
of the two.
yeah, D8.
You have whatever your level is without me sharing that information. You can roll all those when you rest for the evening, and you heal that many points. And then you get them back the next morning.
So D8 plus my level.
No. A D8 per level, Diana.
Yeah,
Alright,
so you
hold on.
have.
I'm gonna put
yes,
this in
so,
War
like,
Room.
we have this many D8.
Okay.
Good question for all those who are watching that don't play D&D, actually, because it is the #1 overlooked rule, I think. Because it's the reason TPK Games, which is one of our sponsors, made new ways to use your hit dice is you don't use your hit dice all the time. Like, it's a mechanic that you barely use because you either heal yourself with potions or spells. So we made ways that you can do other things like breathe fucking acid breath if you have the lineage of Tharkesis. Just saying.
Okay, so hold on, you guys, before you start doing that stuff. Diana, you're up 24 right now.
You're correct, Nessie. He got put under suspicion. You are correct, Nessie.
Thank you.
Here, while you guys are doing the background, I
how bad
will
are
start
you
painting
still?
the scene here while we are
Sorry,
setting up.
guys.
No. 100% fine. Don't apologize. So
You guys just want to tell me in chat how low you are?
I'm on solo camp. So as everybody is resting and Adriel moves around the camp healing people for the evening, and they rest for the night, Dalamar leaves. Once everyone finally goes to sleep, he leaves. He writes the note, sets it there. At the edge of her pillow, he sneaks an arm underneath her tent and sets her favorite trail ration there. And then he makes his way towards the monument. As he gets close to it, it is this large, black-like obelisk. And it's only black from the top down to like halfway. The upper floors are destroyed and damaged, and they are not... They're not in the best kept situation. But at the top, there are floating pieces of this monument in this stasis almost. They don't move, they're just stuck there. And as he's looking over it, he looks at the front door and he makes a path around it. And he looks back towards the camp. And he's like, well, I could go in without them, prove that I'm on their side, or I could wait for them and prove that I'm a team player, which is not something that I believe in. Or I could just go in and fix the whole thing, and we don't even have to do this. And if I do that, they'll think that I'm just one-upping them. And he has this conversation with himself for a long time. And he ends up leaving that site and meditating outside of the tower. When the group breaks camp and he's not there, I'll go back to them. What do the group do when they see the note? There's your favorite trail rations wrapped in some form of sweet-smelling leaf that almost smells like potpourri. And then there's a note outside that says, obviously, we need space as you guys break camp and you're all healed up through the night. Is everyone at full health again? Are we all good for the day?
I got them all back up the night before.
Gucci.
You did?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Did you see
Thank
that?
you. Well, I was watching Adam's stuff.
Yeah. No,
Thank
you're
you.
good.
Thank you. Yes.
And he's gone.
What?
Are you kidding me? Did he leave by himself?
I have a note.
And there's food. There's warm food on the fire. It's floating on a disc with a fire hitting it. And it's this blue disc floating with food on top as it's keeping it warm. I bet you never thought about using Tensor's floating disc that way.
No, I don't understand it. I mean, yes, he's quite handsome, charming, and also, kind of hot, but I mean, I didn't realize we were in a relationship. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't
love
realize that
everyone.
either.
He doesn't actually think that at all, but that's hilarious.
I mean, I love everyone, I don't care. I go with a woman or a man, or if I'm attracted, I'm attracted. But I mean, I have his note. Does he think I'm with him?
I don't think he thinks you're with you. It needs space. I mean, obviously, what happened last night.
Holy shit.
I think
That
it's
was
stupid of him to
definitely-
go on by himself.
I'm fine with him going on off by himself.
Yes, but I get it. Yes, I know you're both pissed at him. But
The
at
horses
same
are
time,
fine. They
he's
start to
someone
stand
that
up. They're
needs-
eating things around the area.
Yeah, but we need him.
Okay, yes,
And-
we do need him. So,
Yes.
what do you want me to like put on my my flirtatious self? Because we need him. Is that what you mean?
No, I think that
No, we need to. I think Alder means we need to find him.
Yes.
Okay.
We just go and find him. That's all.
Okay, I mean, I'm just curious. And then I'll start walking and grabbing horses.
We
and cleaning up.
want food too. Hold on a second.
Oh,
we
sorry,
need to eat.
sorry.
All right.
It smells delicious.
Do you guys all
alright?
eat the food the next day?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody has advantage on one save for the rest of the day.
Ooh.
Thank you.
You have to pick the save now.
Oh, let's see what the word is.
I'm gonna do intelligence.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
Because
Constitution.
Adriel's dumb, but she also knows she's dumb. So
I mean, your cousin
knows
has
what she
definitely
doesn't
pointed
know.
out numerous times. Look, just study harder. That's like her kind way of saying, try
I mean, I'm
again on a
average.
harder
Like
level.
I'm average intelligence, but for the Damajor family, I'm dumb.
Right, absolutely.
I'm gonna go with the. Oh, jeez.
In con save.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Dex.
Well, with you guys packing up camp, eating the food, picking your save for the day, heading towards a monolith. I mean, since you are across, you do have to go down and up, so it does take a little bit longer. When you get next to the cliff edge, let me take us back over. When you get next to the cliff edge here, so you're moving from here on the map. I can zoom in a little bit here. So make something back towards the storm step. You can see the water is here. It's wet through this area. It's muddy. But when you get to here, he's standing at the top of this like 60-foot rise. He's like, there's a path on the north side that comes up. He's like yelling down to you.
Oh, hello, friend. We are coming.
Yeah. And he is like, he just walks back out of sight on the cliff edge.
I just want something around many people, so it's awkward.
He's very awkward.
It could be. Yeah.
I mean, I was in prison for quite some time, and it took me a while to get warm again. So maybe that's the same thing.
Yeah, you're a knight now.
makes
You went
sense.
from a murderous rogue that was in prison to a fucking knight. Yeah, people change.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's still,
Pressure. You know what?
I just hate to say,
Pressure.
you still have spots and they're blood red, but that doesn't matter. So,
Wow. Oh, no, you're
I'm
right.
just trying to think here. Belina has a heart.
I know. So as you go up and around and make your way up the path, when you hit the baseline, this is a very long path that goes around basically goes from the north to the south to take you up to the front of this, actually the back of this obelisk. And like I described before, it's this huge obelisk that's stone, it's well carved. There are elves on carved and depicted on the sides of it, but at the top of it, it is shattered in the sky and apart, like floating in pieces. It looks like it's between 4 to 5 levels. You're guessing basically on how it's set, but there are no windows. But on the, I'd say, what would it be? 40 foot, 60 foot, and 80 foot, parts of the walls are missing in areas. So this pale stone and black tower at the top is the kind of like a jutting, rusted landscape. Is like a nail stuck in wood out here. It stands out amongst everything now that the water is receded. When you move around and follow kind of like around the edge to get to wherever the opening to this is, and the actual building is carved, and I mean the entire building, is carved in the likeness of 1,000 elf warriors. The tower has relatively intact lower walls, but like I said, as it climbs towards this 80-foot height, there are holes that are in it and it's deteriorated. But it's not falling apart. All the crumbling is just held aloft. When you get to the front of it, he's standing in front of the door looking at it. He's got 3 tomes floating around him. pages are flipping. His eyes are glowing this like bright electric blue, and you can see lines, almost like a laser pointer of blue, tracing images on the door when you walk around to the front.
Oh. Cool. What is that? What is he doing?
Jason.
Tracy.
He's a
I
fucking
don't do
tracer.
magic. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what kind of magic. Any luck? with What you're trying to do?
Wait,
Try
what?
knocking. Any luck?
Oh, sorry. And he closes his eyes and the glowing goes away. The books continue floating. He's like, I'm trying to figure out if I'm allowed to go in. If not, what could happen?
Huh. So you were reading the stone?
I'm reading the glyphs in Elvish on here to see if I can make my way in.
I do.
I do.
We all do. Yeah, I think we all speak the same.
So if you want, you
try
can
and look?
all make a history check on it to try to look over it as well. He's already tried. I unfortunately didn't roll that well.
I want to.
I'm gonna use subtle spell to give myself guidance.
17?
I mean, guidance is a great spell.
Okay. And this is history. I don't have training. I'm dumb, but I got 21
21.
with guidance.
Okay.
With guidance,
Okay.
coming in clutch.
Nope. Hide is not on it. Still, it's only 9.
The teacher was
nine's
really
okay.
hot during that during that lesson.
9's okay. So the highest is 21?
Yeah.
Yes.
So with a 21, you know that it says only the dead are allowed inside the upper levels. He's like, yeah, I realize that. Like, I can go in the front door, but I'm not supposed to go any further than that as an elf. I just don't... Look, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of elf stuff is superstition. It isn't true. But sometimes it is true, and that magic is very dangerous. The thing I'm concerned about, and he taps the ground with his foot, and when he does, a line appears that goes to the tower, and it like arcs out across the ground. When it hits the tower, more of them go out. This thing is sitting on a ley line.
A what?
A ley line, natural magic, part of the world. Some mages say they draw from it. Some mages say all magic comes from it. But what I know is this thing is in the center of a ley line, which means it's extremely powerful. And I think that, and he points to the floating debris, maybe the ley line is part of it. I'm not sure. But usually sites like this are attached to ley lines and elven magics, because there is some form of plany or extra-dimensional or teleportation magics.
Oh.
Possibility that that could happen to us again.
Look, I'm on a
Unless
ley
it's not
line.
from you.
Technically
Not from you.
speaking, being on the ley line and being able to use pre-cataclysmic magic, I could take us anywhere in the world right now. And that is not something all elves can do, just the good ones.
So do we have to go to a different plane in here?
That's why I haven't opened the door and I've been here for like 8 hours.
Sorry, I'm just trying to
6 hours?
understand.
6 hours. No, I don't mean offense. I didn't open the door waiting for you. I decided it was better for me to wait than to go in alone, so it didn't look like I was being too flashy.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to see what you can do, yes.
So I flew up and went around the top levels instead, and looked inside, and I can't see any moving or living thing inside.
You know,
What is a
I can listen to the dead.
That's creepy. Is that extracurricular activity? And he just kind of laughs.
Oh, I put my ear to my gauntlet. Do I hear anything?
Oh, constantly. But it's very faint. Maybe when you're inside, you'd hear more. But here's the real question, and I think the only person we need to talk to right now. Hey, Adam. Hey, good buddy. Are you touching the building?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah. I'll walk up. I'll be like, look, we know that this isn't. I mean, maybe we'll see if there's something inside or not. He places his hands on it, and the stone keeps over his hand as he tries to see if he can feel anything inside this building.
And now to refresh the audience, it's only things that are living?
You learn how many humanoid creatures are within that building.
Does
How
it
many are
say
within
living or not?
It does not say living or not, just humanoid.
Thousands?
Up to 50.
Over 50?
If there are more than 50 humanoids in the building, you can only detect the closest 50. So if there's more...
The first
then
floor
only
alone. Remember, it's a burial site.
Right.
Can you determine if things are living or not?
No, it just says humanoids.
All right,
That's it.
yeah. Tons of... It's full. It's packed to the gills.
There's a lot happening in here. From what I could tell, as he pulls his hand back and his eyes go normal like color. There's too much for me to actually know what's inside. It's beyond my realm, but who knows what we'll be dealing with in there. Are we able to use our thing again that kept us safe at night, or that expelled?
Good question.
Wait, this is Diana talking. We came here to investigate this place.
Correct. It's one of the sites that are left between all the ones that you have knowledge about as you made your way into the Northern Wastes. The goal here is to try to find a connection to the City of Lost Names.
Right. Okay.
Good question. For the audience. Obviously, that was for the audience. See?
Is there anything on the sides of the walls of this building?
Like literally the entire building is built out of, like, they say 1,000 elves, but I would say 1,000 or more elves build the outside of this thing. Like, it's just flowing warriors that spiral up and around this tower. They're all, like, engraved in the stone.
Talk to.
Well, I mean, knowing that there are a bunch of warriors as well too.
Well, I can open the
Careful.
door. That's
Did
not a
we
problem.
talk?
It's once per long rest.
Crawling over everything, looking for hidden messages.
You're gonna look for hidden messages, okay?
Yes.
Well, there's no hidden messages on the door.
Understanding of hidden languages. So
But
if there's
it's-
anything.
Yeah, you're using your cloak for it, right?
Yes.
So as the red hits the door and starts feeling it, it looks like when you press a piece of paper on something and put charcoal over it, except that the robe hits it and it starts to, like, fill in all the niches that are there, and it's like makes a relief. And what it tells you is actually a little different than what he thinks.
Okay.
So I can give you a little bit of information. This is going to allow you to make a check that is not accessible normally. I need a history roll from you.
Okay. I got a 19 on the die for a 19.
Yeah.
So, this is a Sylvanesti burial shrine, or an obelisk to those that have died, known as Wackenrith. And it specifically, so they say, is part of the city of Onyari, Onyari.
Okay.
Onyari, which makes no sense, was technically part, or was, what people believed to be the City of Lost Names. City of Lost Names, you don't know where it is. But looking around you, there's no fucking way a city was out here.
Right.
And looking at the tower, now that you're looking at it, it looks crooked. Like it fell.
Okay.
Like all the ghosts.
Right.
From up
Yeah.
there.
Fucking
Yeah.
who knows?
Possibly.
I mean, maybe. So the cloak whisper. I feel like the cloak like whispers it to me, but it sounds like chains clinking.
Yeah, it's like clacking and like the sound of locks and unlocking, almost like a Morse code.
Right. And then the secrets unlock. So the cloak pulls back, and I say, Dalamar, does the city of Onyari ring any bells?
I'm sorry, the what?
City of Onyari? Because my I'm
know of it.
I'm under my magic is telling me that Onyari may have technically been a part of the City of Lost Names. And as we look at it, it looks like this thing may have fallen from the sky.
Oh.
I don't. This shrine, I don't think could be. I don't know how it could be a part. That doesn't make any sense. I would have to do more research. But
I'm just telling you what my magic has told me. So
Couldn't have been a part of the Lost City that could have fallen. I mean, it'd be an obelisk. as part of
Onyari
their
was
own
built by the
monarchs.
king priest of Ishtar, but that is not here.
Is it up there?
No, it's not near here.
But I mean, if it's a if it was a floating city, could it have fallen at some point? I mean, you said this was a ley line. Maybe it got teleported.
I
here?
don't know. I would have to go inside it. I would have to look into this.
So I mean, I used my cloak.
He
abilities
seems
to-
concerned now.
Okay. Well, and I'm just saying, like, I used my cloak's abilities because I wasn't sure. Maybe there was something hidden that would have been able to clarify if you could go in or not. And that's what the cloak came back with instead.
Yeah.
And I'm not a book scholar, so I thought maybe you definitely have a better shot.
This mausoleum's at least going to have answers to what we want. I'm going to go into the first floor with you, and we will see if I can go further than that. If I'm allowed, without harm to me. Because I have a feeling now you're going to need my magic more than you did before. Not to protect you, to find answers. You're obviously, you fucking get it. It doesn't matter. And you're like, are we going in?
Yes.
I feel like I should open the door.
If you can, please.
Just be careful doing it.
You need help. I'm strong.
No, I don't. God damn it! It's not a strength thing. Why is it always a strength thing with you?
We all met at the same gym.
Oh, that is the same gym.
Yeah.
Because it's not a strength.
Technically, that's true. Yes,
It's not a
we all
strength
met-
thing. It's not a strength thing. I got it.
Sorry, I just don't. I don't do magic, so I know I can be helpful in other ways.
As he walks up, he drags his thumbs like across his chest and splashes this blue energy on it and splits the door in half. As it opens up inside, there is a statue and this purple light that pours out, and your gauntlet begins to just sing a cacophony of elven voices. So much so that anytime you want to try to discern or talk to the undead in here with your gauntlet, it's a disadvantage because there's too many.
Yes. Wow,
Oh,
a lot of them in here.
The door is here. Where you all come in. I will bring Dalamar in as well for you. He is unnerved, let's say, to be here. He doesn't particularly love the idea of being inside this place. He says, look, while I'm the Sylvanesti, I know my people do not like the dead disturbed, maybe even more than any of the humans I've met. I would recommend we are careful in our footsteps and what we do.
Do you respect them? But I'm sure if we're trying to find out the city of Lost Snake, they would be appreciative of you trying to help.
So he walks towards the statue. He's like, respect's a strong word. Just don't touch anything. And he starts going over to the statue, looking at what things are. I'm going to give you a description for this first room. You know what the place looks like. You have an idea of what the short version of what's going on. This chamber, it's round, it's illuminated in these purple and white flames that flicker and magical sconces on the wall. In the center, there's a gleaming obsidian statue of a solemn elven warrior. Around the statue's pedestal are hundreds of silver coins that lay scattered in the dust. Beyond to your northwest is a staircase that ascends, curving around the tower's northern wall. That is all that is in this room. And I'm talking those coins kind of spread out 4 to 5 squares out from the statue. There's a small hoard of silver coins.
Small hoard.
Is there some type of ritual that the living bring to the dead with these coins?
He's like, I don't know.
Is there a role we can play?
Religion?
Okay.
Oh, wait, so this was... Hold on. Okay, so this was a shrine to...
The dead.
I wrote it down. Yeah, as a shrine to the devil. Very cool. No,
To
it's
the
a shrine
dead, to the dead.
No, but oh no, that was the fort. Never mind.
Yeah. This is a shrine where they buried the dead Sylvanesti. Warriors specifically.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 plus 3. Yeah. Fun.
Okay. Look around the place. I mean, there is a bunch of coins. Disturbing them is probably not the best idea, but I mean, there's 400 to 1,000 coins on the floor. Like, you can make some money here.
Yeah, I feel like we did such a good job between our fort and the catacombs under the castle. Let's not ruin our grave robbing streak.
No,
Our grave non-robbing streak.
Dalamar says, well, there's nothing down here for me to
Respectable.
study, but the runes around it say that only the elven dead shall ascend the tower. I'm not dead, but I also don't believe in religion. I mean, look, gods are real, but I believe more in the magics of the moon and the magic of my people. I'm willing to go with you, obviously, to help, not to protect anybody, which is not what he'd normally say. But if things go wrong, I am going to come back downstairs and wait here for you.
Oh, that's
We
fair.
understand.
There.
Take your word.
All right. So with that, I'm going to move you all to the second floor. If you want to go to the second floor, unless there's something you want to do down here.
Oh,
No,
Move on.
don't mess with him.
Okay. So
mean-
no coins. All right.
oh
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Callie.
The only thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna tell my cloak specifically, don't mess with the coins. Just seeing if there's any other hidden messages
give me a
that
perception.
anyone may have left.
Yeah.
I think my perception is.
I think the best way to imagine this is if this room was filled with water, it would be like a well that people put coins in. Like the
Right.
whole floor is kind of covered.
I got a Michael Jordan.
Ah!
First one of the night. There we go.
No, there's nothing.
My patron.
There is nothing
What's
down
next?
here other than that.
Okay. Well.
So when you come up, I'm going to move you to the next room,
Okay.
which is to the north here. If you have some blue flashing problems, just refresh the page.
Okay.
But if you have Roll20 on its own, it should be fine. I'm going to scroll this up to it, see if it's fucked up on mine. It is not. You're good. There is the flickering blue, purple, white light in this room again. There are large stone slabs in here as well. Heaps of rubble have fallen from the chamber's partially collapsing ceiling. There's a hole on this side, into the ceiling above. The ceilings in this room everything so far has been about 20 foot tall. It holds 2 stone crypts, and the walls are sculpted with empty burial niches. A door stands to the southeast, and then sconces on the wall shed light with that faint color, but there is a green glow to the sconces here instead of the white purple. But the purple light that is emanating from the walls is stronger than the green, just to give you an idea of color. I'll even put some purple, I'll put some green sconce lights in here for you. What would the group like to do in here?
Look around as well, perception.
Yeah, everyone give me a perception check. 100%. Totally fine.
Okay, well, I got 10 that time, so.
Yeah. Dalamar will roll as well. He says, I don't feel comfortable, but I don't feel like there's anything bad here. I don't know if we should be messing with the sarcophagi or the door, but or the rubble, but there is a door here, and I'm guessing that must take us up, or maybe not. I don't know. And he walks over, and this is a wall, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a gap here in the wall that's like crushed. And then there's a hole in the ceiling here that goes up.
This is a silly question, but does any of this look recent?
No.
Like, okay, because I was like, did maybe like someone, I don't know, Lord Soth roll through here?
No. It doesn't look recent
Doing
at
some
all.
Redecorating? Okay.
I got a 21 for
Good
perception.
Good, you see everything.
All right, so the 21, in the room, the stairs and the ceiling and all that kind of stuff seem to be blocked with rubble. It would take hours to clear it, but the hole in the ceiling is definitely accessible. If you wanted to get into what you believe looking through the crack here to be a stairwell, you could. There are two crypts. This one is open. There is a dead, desiccated elven body in it, wearing a cloak that looks like it was just made. And the robe is white. Dalamar leans in and he goes, looks like a mage. And he took the trials. And don't see those often. And he starts looking through the niches, and a lot of the people are wearing robes, but they're like dirty and not in good shape. But this one that is in this open crypt is pristine.
I walk over and look at that one
Sure.
and then listen to my gauntlet and see if that...
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Disadvantage.
What roll do you want?
Are you just listening, right? Perception then? To try to hear what the dead is saying? Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Oh.
Nothing. It's hard to hear it between all the other sounds of the elves that are speaking.
Do I see the eyes?
Its face is actually wrapped. Like mummified. And the cloak is over top of it. Yep.
Oh, you mean the face and the...
Inside, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, on your gauntlet? Yes, you do see. I sorry. You're asking about your gauntlet. Yes. Anytime you go to look at it, they roll up in that smoke and look at you, and then they roll back in.
Okay. See anything?
Dalamar goes, I think there's a burial shrine. That, though, is magical. And he points to the burial that you were just standing next to. He's like, that, though, that's magical. As he walks over to this one.
That's a mage robe.
Well, magic or not, it is some form of protection, and it is unscathed. I say we take it.
But you said not to touch anything.
I said not to
That's
touch the
right.
coins on the first floor.
Well, how do we know that this would be the same exact thing?
You don't, but, I mean, it's a powerful magic. I'd hate to leave it here.
I don't think we should mess with it just yet.
And especially already it's said that we found out, and it was said, only undead elves could walk. You not being undead and then taking something like this.
They
is what
might,
do.
yeah, something might happen to you.
Okay. How about we take it as he like reaches in and is like, because if we leave it here, this crypt is already desecrated. Am I right? It's open. Is that fair?
Grab it already?
No, he's like reaching in. He's like, and if this is already desecrated, like waving his hands over it. If it's already desecrated, that means that I cannot desecrate the tomb. Right? That's religion 101.
I don't know religion. I don't know.
Well, and he looks to the party before he makes a decision. If he wouldn't have gotten kind of, if he wouldn't have failed in all of his attempts yesterday, he would not be doing this and would have just did what he wanted.
So would I know as a red robe, like, when wizards are buried with their robes, is it like don't touch the robe?
Yeah.
Or is it kind of like do
No,
whatever?
there's nothing about that.
Okay.
I mean, it would have to be a very specific robe to do something like that.
Right. Okay.
He's like, just a thought.
I don't know. Adrio, you wear robes? I don't know. But
I mean, my robe was a different situation. I almost got married. So,
Whew. He looks at you, he's like, that is the worst mistake of life.
I'm not quite sure if taking this robe would be a good idea, but normally...
Imagine living 1,000 years and being stuck with one person. As he's like leaning on the crypt, talking to you. Literally
"Poor guy."
1,000 years of suffering. People wonder why they kill their significant... you know what? It makes sense. Soth killed his wife for that reason. It only makes sense. He married an elf. Why else would you kill your wife? Sorry.
Just walk away. You don't want
If you ever try to walk away from an elder woman,
Boy.
you will be limping. Your family will be limping. You'll have curses upon you. You don't walk away.
Look, you
From
take
marriage.
that. Anything that happens is on you. Remember that.
I was going to say that
Fine.
mages of high sorcery normally it doesn't matter if they are buried with their robes. They're not super sacred
Exactly.
or anything. But this is quite the converse. I was just saying my robe was a different case. There's a whole thing involved. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the same with this. But,
So-
I mean,
Take it or no. And he like looks around.
I mean, unless we take it on the way out, I mean, we still have...
I just figured, okay. All right. I mean, fine by me. Are we going to look at any of these other crypts, or are we going to climb up the hole? I mean, I can get us up the hole. We don't even have to climb. Or do we just keep moving?
We should look at everything. Take note.
I mean, other than the little bit of information that they have on it, there are closed crypts. You can see that this one here has been messed with, and it is ajar. They're trying to like fuck with it. Someone tried to open it. This looks like it is stained and dark spots. There is old bandages that are kind of stacked at the end of it that haven't been used. Some of them are knocked off, probably from this tower half collapsing. And all the burial niches on the wall are long ways, and they're stacked floor to ceiling. There's probably 3 across that wall, but every wall is that way all the way up. Even the staircase sides are like that as well. Peering into here, there's rubble. You could clear it. You can see stairs kind of up over here if you really are trying, but it would take you hours to clear it. But you could. Unless you open this crypt, you can't tell what's in it because it's only a jar.
So we came looking for answers. We know the mage. Bloke is here as well too. I'll take a. Can I take a peek?
so S-Tide, take a look and...
I mean, they're not
see.
that tall. You could look in.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I did buy 2 of those potions from the merchant. So
Alright.
if we want to try and use one on this body, we could.
We could talk to them. Bad idea.
I would just want to get our questions set up first before we
I look inside.
feed them something.
all right. So which one are you gonna do? The crypt that's closed, or the one that's open with the pure, pristine white robe?
Well, I was gonna say I wanted to peek in to see if I could see what's inside.
There's a body in it. You can just see the foot on this side. Are you talking about this one here that's closed? Yeah, it's just a foot. You'd have to open it all the way.
I'll give it a little push to open it.
A little bit of effort. It's hard to move, but like you can get it with some help. As you slide it, there is a person buried in this one as well. They are wearing a white robe that is not pristine. And they are buried with rusted sword, dagger, books that are dry rotted and no good anymore. Other than that, just the wrappings. But I will tell you, there is an unnerving feeling when you open it. Like your hair stand on the end of the back of your neck. It's cold. It doesn't feel the best.
Don't like that.
Okay, close it.
I was say we want to see what happens when we close it.
I mean, it's only inside the crypt. You like the surface level, and you can kind of feel it flowing out of it, but it's not enough to hurt you or anything. But it is not a good feeling.
Detect magic.
Casting
detect magic.
No, the only thing magical is the robes from the other coffin.
Okay, so there's nothing, no magical, nothing, no nonsense from this one right here.
Again, she's getting screams of tons of undead talking, but she can't discern them all. But other than that, no.
I mean, the top is still intact. Any information on there of who this might be?
No,
Nothing.
no name actually.
Is there? I'll walk over back to the white robe. Is there names on that one?
On the white robe. Nope, no names.
this one.
There's actually, funny, as you look through, there's no names on any of them.
You know what? Because it's the city of lost names.
Oh,
And this is known as the, what was the word used? The House of Silence. Is what this area is called. This funeral obelisk of Wackenrith is known as the House of Silence.
They have to be quiet going through it.
and I would be curious to speak to the white robe. He might have answers, especially if it's so pristine. Maybe they died very recently.
Is that what we're doing then?
I mean, I have 2 potions. I don't want to hold on to one of them for like 7 episodes again
That's
before
not a
we
bad
use
idea.
it.
Yeah, we gotta think of our questions. You said that.
Well, what
Well, I'm
would
just
we
saying-
like to ask?
Yeah. So I mean,
Sarcophagus number 1.
right.
We were to
that's-
go on our first date. Where would you take me?
Does
What's
the
your
audience
perfect
have any
date?
questions
April
they recommend
25th.
asking? That's probably a good question as well. Put them in chat if you think there's good questions for them. Are you single is always a valid question.
Fair, actually.
At least for 2 of the people in this party.
Correct.
One's an NPC, the other one's just a woman looking for another woman.
Cousins.
Oh God! Bringing it all the way back. Go watch that
Planning a
YouTube
wedding.
short if you missed it.
Planning a wedding.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I think I would be interested to ask this person what their name is, because if they might either say I can't tell you, or maybe they try and tell us and it vanishes from their mouth before they say anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, Nessie agrees too. Or who were you in life?
Yes.
Nessie's saying.
Okay.
So we can. I definitely want to ask what's your name just to see like if it vanishes. But then we can ask like who were you in life and see if we can get more information like that way. Not necessarily their name, but like maybe what they did.
Yeah,
Okay.
their occupation, purpose in life.
Oh, we got one more, right?
We've got 5.
Oh, total
5. Okay. Someone right, we got right.
Oh, I'm typing them up. So I've got what's your name?
Beautiful.
What did
Okay.
you do in life?
Cat, we can help.
Yeah, chat.
Yeah, I mean, hey, audience is here to participate.
We're on a slight delay, so I don't want to like jump the gun here.
No,
but,
you
like,
can
How-
just keep putting them
maybe-
together.
How long ago did this person pass away? Since the robes are so clean.
Well, they're magical, right? So they might just be clean because they're magical. So
You could. He's like, would you like me to identify them? I can do it without touching them. If you give me 10 minutes, I can figure it out.
okay.
Good, we're
take that
thinking of
10 minutes
questions,
of
so that
questions.
works.
Okay. He'll start, he pulls out a book, he tears a page out of it and lights the book on fire. And then reads the scroll off.
Nessie's saying, what business did you leave unfinished?
Okay.
Good question, Ness.
Oh.
And he, over the course, you guys are gathering ideas together, he goes, this is a Wizard of High Sorcery's white robe of protection, and it is quite impressive. This is back when before the robes were as special, and he points to her, like to Adriel's robes, as it's like touching things and like flowing over the room and like reading script to itself, like a dog keeping itself entertained with toys.
Yeah, fair.
And he says, but it is quite the cloak of protection.
Oh,
Well, they're here. Do you, what about asking of prior knowledge to place?
Oh yeah, we could ask what was this
Yes, we could.
place, or you want us to like specify like this room? Because I mean, it almost feels like a triage room with the bandages and the spots on the slab, and there's white robes in here, and they're known for protection.
They're mummified, right?
Yeah, they are all mummified. Yeah, they are all.
I mean,
he tells you that
we have the medieval version of a morgue right here.
he says he does say he's like we don't do that anymore. We don't really wrap people the same way. This is an old style of burial. They believed that it kept the body intact when it passed on to the realm that elves go to. I don't think it's true, but underneath here there is a well-preserved body. I will say we could take this robe, but with this knowledge of what we have, we should definitely speak to it first.
I agree. Yeah.
Serving hands says, what have you seen since hi?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I like that one too.
And also
So-
Nessie was saying how did you
Okay, so then what? Okay, so we've got what's your name?
Yep.
Just from, I know I'm blowing a question for a test, but we've got
Sure.
what's your name? We've got what did you do in life? What business did you leave unfinished? And then we've got what is this place? How did you die? And then what was it? What have you seen since you've died?
Yep.
Yes.
Like it basically has anyone been through here is what you're getting at.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, hi.
Hey.
So we've got 6. We need to kick one of those questions.
Well, we're
Okay.
saying
Because I feel like how did you die might be kind of
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
self-explanatory. Because it's like if it is a part of the city, it fell,
Yeah.
Sure. Let's get
And-
rid of that.
Yeah.
power bombed its way into.
Okay,
the, so.
that's all good questions. Where are we starting?
I think I don't want to ask the name first, just in case something goes wrong by doing it and it like stops the magic. So I want to put that name last, or I want to put that question last of what's your name.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or am I being too Nora about it?
I like how everything falls back to the best investigator of all time.
Oh, thanks. Fine. I mean,
Let me change our music up here.
Who are you in life?
who are you in life? So we can
Yeah.
idea of who this person was.
So
Okay.
I'm thinking this is.
And this is a
so-
potion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you pour the potion over the face wraps. Actually, he would reach down with his wand and like poke a hole through the mummification.
Oh, okay.
And when he does, it pokes a hole, and the mouth is already moving.
Oh.
He goes, "Oh, I didn't think of this."
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, let's try the
Oh.
potion first.
Okay.
She's dead. I can tell you that.
But she's moving her mouth.
I think it is the fact that the mouth is held open and it is closing. And sure enough, you see the mouth slowly closing.
Well, I'm just gonna take one of the 2 potions and.
Pour it down throat. When you do, the mouth starts to move and you see the wrappings move and stretch. And what's the first question? It can't see you.
Do we want to ask what is this place? Or do we want to ask, what did you do in life?
Wherever you want to start.
Either one, because they're
Okay. So
Question 1.
we'll go with, what is this place? And I'm going to do what I did last time in Fort Dyer. I'm going to be rolling insight every single time.
Okay, it speaks in Elvish, which is good. You all understand it. It says, I am one of the warriors of... What would it be here? Let me get the right words. I don't want to screw this up. I'm one of the warriors of Unari who died serving as a peace treaty between Ishtar and the Sylvanesti. This is where we are buried upon death by choice.
sound nice.
Killing yourself to be buried is never nice.
No,
That's a question.
meant-
Nope, too late. Question.
No, I said they sound nice.
Oh, they
Curious.
sound nice. Oh, I was like, yes.
I was making an awkward joke.
Yes,
like,
yes.
no,
Okay, I got you. I
made
got you.
an
I was
awkward
excited.
Joke to cut the tension.
I was
'cause-
waiting for
No,
it.
Frankhouse, I promise you it was not a question.
I felt like a question
Okay.
to me.
No,
Jason
so-
Voorhees mask, was that a question? It said that was
No, I said this sound nice.
Jason Voorhees mask says, were they fucking?
murder. So first question.
So that was, what did they do in life? So then I feel like we kind of might already know
What
what
was
place
this, you
is.
said? Not what did they do.
Oh, okay.
It was what this place was, you asked, was the first question.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask what they did? I mean, I gave you a little bit of it.
Yeah, so let me move that. So I mistyped a little bit. Who served? Okay, so then yeah.
Stardrew, don't help them.
Thank you, Star.
Don't you
Who
dare.
served as officer? So Dusty were
Next question.
buried here by choice. Then yeah, we'll go with what did you do in life?
I was a warrior for the Sylvanesti, and I fought against the king priest until the peace treaty was made.
Okay.
Do you see my soul here?
They just asked us a question?
They sure did, and that is not how the spell is supposed to go.
I listened to my gauntlet.
You hear an echo of what they just said, and a shit ton of voices. Perception check with disadvantage if you want to try to locate their voice. Okay, cannot find
Or
them. Would you like to use damage for inspiration? Or a social reroll? I think we might have a social.
you know what? Let me do that. Let me.
And I actually wouldn't be
Let me-
social. It would be damage. Sorry, you're not talking to it. You are listening.
Okay.
I apologize.
will. Yeah, it's okay. I'll use damage.
All right, 2d6 from the audience. We'll use serving hands. Thank you, serving hands.
Help.
So give me a reroll.
Yeah.
Give me a reroll. And 2d6 from the audience.
Disadvantage.
A disadvantage again?
Yeah, you just get the reroll is all it does.
Yeah.
You still disadvantage. Guess it just gives you a second chance.
You asked for what was it?
Perception.
Ooh, max damage then.
Yeah, 12
Oof.
points.
14?
14. You do locate their voice, and you can hear a more sinister version of them yelling at them to shut up. Don't tell them anything.
I don't know if it's yours. I'm sorry.
All right. Next question.
What business did you leave unfinished?
I left no business unfinished. I served my duty to the Sylvanesti. I fought in the war. Peace treaty was made. We built this shrine, all of the warriors, and then buried one another here. Our war was done. Our time was over.
Okay.
So it sounds like
hello.
Sylvanesti served, like, they served a war, and they basically off one another and bury themselves here alive, or take the
Yeah.
deep rest is what it would be considered.
Yeah, yeah. They built
And Dalamar goes, look, oh shit, let's finish the questions before we discuss.
Okay.
Okay.
Then the fourth one is, what have you seen since you died?
I have seen only undead, and I have seen a man in black armor.
Oy.
Okay. So are we asking the last one?
What was the last one?
You can option between them, so.
Well, the last one was, what's your name?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see
No.
what happens.
Ask them. How did they?
You could. Dalamar goes, hold on. And he casts the spell so you all have communication between each other. Let's talk here so we don't fuck this up.
No, I
Right.
appreciate.
I do what I can to assist.
And black armor was soft.
Yes, and if he's here, that means that it may lead to the City of Lost Names. He obviously knows more than us because he may have been present during it. Or knowledge of it, but I think if we're going to ask this person something, we should probably ask what's on the upper level since they fucking built it.
Okay.
They are the one. Yeah, they said that
Okay.
they were the ones in
We
the
can
world, the
ask
ones that
that.
built. all this.
Yeah, we'll do
And
that
this,
instead, then.
he is a warrior, but he's wearing Mages of High Sorcery. That means that they consider their wizards warriors, which that's very elven-like to say mentalism was, and it doesn't matter. We should find out what they built.
No, I agree. We agree.
Okay. So yeah, we'll switch it to what's on the upper levels.
The levels above us are for those who were of grander service than myself. The first floor is where you come in to pay homage to those that have passed by giving a coin for those in the afterlife. Each one of us have put money down there. There are 1,247 of us buried here.
Hey, that number one.
1,247 buried people.
Thank you. Okay.
The upper floors, though, are for those of high stature. And on the fourth floor, our way to the ever-living life. Dalamar goes, and you see like the mouth rest and seize up. Dalamar goes, okay, basically elves never die. We go somewhere. And that means that they have created a gateway on the fourth floor, which is in shambles from what I've seen. But that might be why Soth is here.
Gateway, this could be a connection to Ishtar as well too. If this is a gate, even get there. It feels like it's a part of it as well.
Yeah. I think we hit the third floor, quick sweep, and head to the fourth, right?
Oh, that's be on our guard, yeah, because we do know that he is definitely about collecting undead, and this is definitely a good place for it. Doesn't have a lot
Right.
else is disturbed, but if there's anything else, especially those above that are higher in command, we should definitely see if they're still even up there.
All right. Well, unless you can climb up 20 foot, if you want to give me a rope, I'll hook it to the floor above.
But I'm gonna say in message.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk back in message?
Yeah, it's back and forth. His spell is 100% communication. As long as you are within 60 foot of him, you can talk. It lasts 4 hours.
In message, I'm going to say then why so thick this white robe?
What the
He
fuck would
doesn't
he
care.
do with it?
I
No,
don't.
he would need.
Also, I'm going to.
We should have asked if we could have the robe. And he like puts his hands on his face and he says it out loud.
I mean,
How stupid are we?
we can figure that out when we leave.
I've been with humans too long.
I'm gonna also say in message real quick before we go upstairs is, well, when Cody asked about the soul, Let me tell you, the evil soul was telling it not to say anything.
No, yeah. When you speak with the
Just like-
dead, you don't speak with the soul. You actually speak with the memories of the corpse.
Memory of the corpse. So you're saying that the corpse is evil?
No, I'm saying that the message we got are the memories that reside within the necromantic energies of its dead body. If its spirit
necromancy.
is around, that is a totally different situation. We probably should leave this fucking floor right now.
Okay, yeah, the spirit is in the floor.
And he walks over below
Wait,
the
maybe
floor.
let's-
He's
maybe
like,
let's not
grappling
take the
hook?
rope.
And he goes like this. Does anyone have a grappling hook? Or rope?
I think I actually do.
Give
Because
it
I
to
bought
me.
a lot. I bought a lot of stuff. Because I didn't want to get trapped out in the rain and stuff in our prologues. Let's see. I've got hemp and rope, and then
I have hemp. I have rope.
oh my god, hold on.
Okay.
I have a grappling hook.
Well, just give me the rope. I'll tie it to something.
Okay. Hand it to him.
God damn. And he like looks around and he grabs a hold of the rope. He floats up through the hole and disappears. A few moments later, he looks down and over. He's like, one, it's tied off. Two, there's something up here and it is talking to itself.
Eh?
Fantastic.
And he ties it.
done.
He ties it off as you climb up next to this center of the room. I'm gonna move you all up, like so. As you climb up in the same space, I'm gonna move the map up for everybody else. You can see the globe of floor below and the floor. In the center of this, I shouldn't say center. To the northeast of this room, there is a woman repeatedly trying to grab a sword off the ground, and it drops out of their hands, and it does float up as the spirit is picking up, and it falls. She only gets it maybe like 3 feet off the floor, and she's doing it over and over again.
Like
Shit,
the
what-
spirit is doing
The
this?
spirit is doing it.
What is she saying?
Let me put her on screen. And I also will blow her up for the audience to see her, just because she's kind of cool looking. This blue spectral spirit in the room, human size. I'm just putting it up here so everybody can see it. As she is picking up and dropping it, this elven woman, fairly attractive in human years. She looks like she's in her late 50s, but like looks in her 40s. And she keeps dropping it over and over, and she's muttering to herself. When you get within 5 foot of her, you could probably make it out. But from where you are now, the whispers are too quiet, since she's between being here and in the ethereal.
I'll go to her.
Yeah.
Move your characters on the screen where you would like to be. Dalamar keeps his distance.
So I'll
okay.
be like here, I guess.
He's like, I'm going to search the room while you distract her.
So much like Fort Dyer,
Yeah.
I'm just going to, and is this an elf or a human?
Elven. Elven.
Okay. So in Elven, I'm going to ask her if she needs help and see if she reacts.
When you address her, she stops. There's like a flicker as she's like missing frame so much as she turns and looks at you. And the sword lays on the floor, and it is a real sword on the floor. It is not spectral. And it is
Okay.
a gorgeous elven longsword. And she says, I apologize. I did not realize anyone was here. My name is Jendida. Who are you exactly? Were you set to Unari to help finish the war?
I'm sorry, what was her name again?
It's Jentida, Gentida.
Gentita. We were sent to help deal with the aftermath of the war, if that makes any sense.
Are you part of the delegation to go to Ishtar?
You know what? I've lied to dragon spirits.
Yeah,
What's an elven
you've lied to
spirit?
dragon spirits. What's an elf?
What's an elven spirit?
Give me a bluff. And you can all hear her as long as you're within. Now that she's been directly spoken to, you can hear her when you're within 15 foot of her.
I mean, well, technically we are a delegation that's going to Ishtar.
100% not fucking. I'll give you an advantage. That's the best point that has been made this show. 100% kind of factual there.
I got natural 20. I'm not even gonna roll. I got 28.
Oh, nice.
She says, "Oh." She walks over and she puts her hands out, and she, while she's gorgeous, she does touch you. It is cold, and she says, "The delegation is missing. The entire party is missing. We are supposed to go to finish the peace treaty between Sylvanesti and Ishtar to end the war. This building that is being built is outside of the city as a peace treaty, as a symbol, a towering structure of our willingness to end the conflict. Are you ready to see the king priest?" And she looks around. She's like, "But we should be in Unari." And she like looks around. She's like, "But I'm not." She seems out of place and out of time, but she's definitely dead.
Okay.
Because when she turns, you can see there is a dagger wedged between her shoulder blades.
Oh.
Okay. This is definitely risking it for the biscuit. If that communication is still open, I'm gonna ask the group, like, should I mention Lidara? Because this is like...
Dalamar goes, "I wouldn't," and like continues going through, looking in the room, staying out of its eyesight.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying because they look very similar.
Oh yeah, they do a little bit. I mean, Lidara is elven.
I meant more the blue tinge. And all that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
that's just
when we
ghosts
saw her
in
truthful.
general
Okay.
in Dragonlance.
So then never mind. So, I guess we could say, we can say something has happened, and that's why we're here, and technically we aren't part of Onyari.
She reaches back down, trying to grab the sword, gets it like 2 foot off the ground, and drops it again.
Do you want assistance with grabbing that?
I'll reach
Gentita?
down and
She flares and her hair floats up, and she's like, "No, I don't need help. Where is my sister?" And she starts getting angry.
I don't know who your sister is. Could you give me her name?
Give me a diplomacy check to calm her down. She is in the teetering edge of rage.
Okay. That's gonna be the same anyway. I'm gonna take some damage for some inspiration.
Hey, let's see if we have a social reroll.
Or a social reroll.
We have no social rerolls.
Okay.
Do you have one, Kelly, to buy your way to victory?
Inspiration.
Do I have a,
We have so many damage for inspirations.
I was gonna say, do I have a?
I have a
do we
social reroll. Never mind. I'm playing it.
Okay.
If I had a card to randomly have a message for her, that'd be fantastic.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh my god.
Let's
Okay,
see
hold on.
if there's
Hold
any
on.
Easttide message cards. There is from Nessie an Easttide message card.
Bestie, yes. Saves the day.
Fuck.
We did talk about sending messages to dead people
Oh
here.
my god.
Yes. All right.
Yes, do it.
Are you
So-
pulling out? Are you going through your letter pack?
I'm going. Yeah.
So you're spending a blue card then.
He's spending
Yes.
the blue card. Yeah.
Would you
spending
like
the
to
blue
still
card.
spend a social reroll?
Yes, because she might be mad at whatever the contents of this letter are.
Okay, so you're
So
spending
I'm
the
gonna-
social.
I'm spending the
Boom.
social reroll, and I'm saying.
Let me get your reroll. As you're like, wait, she said her name. Hold on, and you like start digging
Yeah,
through your
yeah.
pack.
Right, and I just say.
I have old letters that I've kept that have been under wraps it's been going back and forth between libraries. And
Okay, that was definitely better. That was a 26.
The most
So I'm like-
ridiculously clutch play of all time.
That was a 26 to try and calm her down. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't. Your sister's name?
She calms with her back to you, the dagger still in her back, and you also realize the dagger is also real.
Dagger is real.
Oh.
She says, "My sister's name is Tindari." Or is it Tindara? Tindara. It's T-E-N-A Tinadara? Tinadara? T-E-N-A-D-I-D-R-I-A. T-E-N-A-D-R-I-A. Tenadira.
Tea lady, got it.
Can I get phonetic spellings and adventures if you're going to use elven names, people? I'm just fucking saying. Can you please use phonetics when you're going to use random, non-real, nonsensical names? Just a thought. It doesn't add a high word count.
No. Here it is.
Okay,
So
here's my question. Who's the letter for, her or her sister?
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in it. You only know who it's addressed to.
Sorry.
Oh, you know what? Let's do a number. All right, we're gonna go.
It's
crazy.
your choice. I'm letting you
I know.
pick. Are you
I know.
randomly
I do
rolling
Anyway.
this?
Yeah, yes.
It's going to be for her.
Okay.
Okay.
As she reaches out, she makes physical contact and she like floats through Adriel. And the dagger falls out of her back and hits the ground.
Okay.
And she goes, a letter. And she grabs it and it falls out of her hand. And you see her start to get mad.
Well, no. I am actually a messenger for the realm. Would you like me to read it for you? I typically don't unless specifically requested to.
Please open it so I can read it.
Yes.
Hold it
bend
in
down.
front of her.
Yeah,
too.
I open it up.
Okay.
Hold it in front of her.
As you open it up and hold it and she starts reading it, she starts muttering to herself and reading through it. It's a front page letter, decent one.
Right.
She goes, I knew she was a traitor. I knew it. And she turns around, and when she turns around, her hand like wipes through the letter, tearing it. But not all the way. She can't make contact for long time periods. Are you gonna read it when she turns away?
I will.
Or lay it in the room?
I'll fold it and I'll keep it in my hand, but I'll keep it down.
She turns back and looks at the group. While she is raged, she's not as bad. You can tell when she gets angry, she keeps looking up. Like every time she's angry, she looks to the sky and talks when she's enraged. And she floats further towards the stairs in the room. And then when she calms back down, she comes back to the center of the room. Like she's trying to keep herself here.
Here. Okay.
You can go up to the next floor. The entrance is over here.
Right.
You just have to go around. And there is the collapse stairs that would have brought you up over here.
Are you stuck here?
I don't know. I don't know where I am. I knew my sister was supposed to meet me to speak with the rest to finish the peace treaty. I don't remember how I got here. I feel very angry. I feel a little better. The pain is gone. You don't know my sister, Tinadira? She disappeared from the delegation. I don't know where she went, and as she wipes her hands out, she fucking vanishes.
Really sad.
Dalamar goes, God, I was tired of hearing her. Look, her burial area is over here. I think I found her body.
Pick up the dagger that dropped.
Okay, when you grab the dagger and pick it up, it is of elven make. It is stained in blood. And you can feel a hunger when you touch it.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't hurt you. It just feels hungry. Your dagger also hears the voice. If you would like to make a perception check at disadvantage, you can.
Yeah.
While she's looking at that, I want to read the letter.
Okay. You see, so you start reading over the letter. It says, I'm sorry, dear sister. You are wrong about this peace treaty. The king priest will never listen. While you are setting up to join the Sylvanesti in the peace, I am joining Ishtar. I apologize for what is going to happen. It has her name signed, and it has a dagger drawn below it that matches the one that you see Valina holding.
Son of a bitch. I think her
Sorry, I shouldn't have
sister
done that.
murdered her.
What did you get on your
On
roll?
the back.
Yeah.
20.
It is hungry, and all you hear is, dear sister, death is sweeter than suffering what is about to happen.
I drop it.
You drop it, and as soon as the conversation was done, you drop the dagger. It's on the ground. It's still stained in blood. Nothing changes. There is the sword, which is not stained in blood. It is gorgeous.
Do you want to take the sword and see if that has anything?
She was trying to pick it up over and over again.
I'll pick up the sword and see if I can.
You do hear noises if you'd like to make a roll. It is very faint. Dalamar has now made his way across to here, where there are bodies on slabs floating outside from that stasis that everything is held in. She's like, I believe she's this one. What did you get?
I rolled a 19. What am I adding?
Is that with disadvantage? Disadvantage, too many voices.
19. That's double 19.
Hey.
Where to God?
You
Or
hear...
whoever.
Hold on here. This is actually... I was not expecting anyone to do this.
Sorry.
No,
That was
no.
double 19s, I promise.
Don't apologize. Fuck that.
Awesome stuff.
We're not stealing anything. We're actually trying to be
You're not.
respectful in this tomb.
That's why I dropped the daggers. Like, I'm not touching
No, 0%.
It says... Hold on here.
Murder time.
It says... Ooh, is that the right word? Maybe I'm doing this wrong. I want to make sure I'm not doing it wrong. It says, in the woman's voice who was just talking that vanished, Silmasil, have you seen my sister?
What does it say?
Silmasil. It's spelled... You know Elven, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means dancing light. So she's basically saying, dancing light, have you seen my sister?
I would say that's the...
When you say that, the sword floats off the ground when you say it in Elvish and literally floats around you.
Is that like the name of the sword? Because I know some magic items respond to names, I guess. I don't know, my aunt had one.
For you, so you know the spelling for it. It is Silmaciel.
Okay.
When you do that, Dalamar looks at you and goes, "Well, I can tell you that it is now is definitely an elven make." He walks near it, and when he walks near the door, the sword moves to guard between you and him.
Oh.
He goes, "Whew, spicy. I think it is protecting you. It probably protects anyone who says its name." And he reaches out to grab it, and it moves. He's like, "Or you have to release it. I don't know. I'm gonna stay away until you release the magics. I would guess if someone who understands magic say its name again, and it probably becomes dormant."
I try?
I mean, I don't want to get cut.
Okay. Silmasil, have you seen my sister's sword?
As soon as you say its name, it falls dormant and floats back to the ground and just tink tink and lands.
Do we want to return it to Gentita's tomb?
Look, I'll be honest. I think we did a service to that woman by bringing her this letter that somehow your friend fucking had. And I think we can see this as a service to bring it with us and to maybe, if we find her sister, give it back or just, use it.
Well, her sister killed her, it sounds like, so...
Wait, but we're not taking that dagger. Oh,
Why? And he comes over and he casts detect magic and looks at it. And he goes, if you would like, we can, after we finish in here, I can spend 10 minutes. Or I could do it now and I could identify it. Same with that. And he looks at Valina and goes, for lunch.
I mean, you okay for lunch?
I mean, you
yeah,
couldn't cook a good dinner or a breakfast. Maybe lunch is your forte.
Perhaps it's just as easier.
Sandwiches are easier.
Okay.
You're going to give him 10 minutes to identify the objects?
Yeah, why not?
Group?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Kelly's
No.
eyes are like, oh.
So, the dagger he identifies
I don't know.
first, and he says, this is a dagger that thirsts for blood.
Ugh.
Upon use, the damage you do, you heal half of it.
Jeez,
But
can
it
you
is
imagine
known
that with
it is
you?
known as an elven blood drinker. I don't see a name attached anywhere within the arcane rituals. He's like, but the sword. Mechanically, it's a +1. And anytime you hit somebody, you heal half the damage that you do.
Kind of cool.
He's like, but the other one, this is a superior sword. Have you ever heard of a dancing blade? Dancing longswords are rare. They're not made by many. They are elven almost always. He's like, in dancing swords, when you toss it out into the air, it floats around you with a command word. Apparently its name. And when you do so, it will hover, usually within 20 to 30 feet of you. And it attacks a creature or person or object of your choice within reach of it. Here's the thing. Dancing blades come in many varieties. But every round of time that passes, or moment or minute, it gets better at what it does as it's attacking. Mechanically, this is a +5 dancing longsword. Every round it's in combat, it goes up by 1. So what I would recommend is you put a d6 next to you. Round 1, it's a +1 to hit and damage. Round 2, it's a +2 to hit and damage. Round 3, it's a +3 to hit and damage. 4, 5, and then it resets as the blade dances and attacks. You choose what it fights with a bonus action, and it attacks the creature using your roll and ability score modifier. After the 4th attack, in this case, because it's a +5, the 5th attack, it flies up to 30 foot and tries to return to your hand. And then you have to release it again to do its job, like a dance partner. So for 5 rounds, it goes out and kicks something's ass and comes back to you.
Be very helpful.
I think both these things, as much as I don't want to touch the dagger anymore, but anything is useful for what's coming.
Now, here's the best part, he says. Unlike other people's dancing blades, ours are made for dance partners that are advanced. If you have one hand free, it fights as a single-handed weapon. If you have 2 hands free, it fights as a 2-handed weapon, because it is versatile. So that means it's either a D8 or a D10. So a mage could use it and put it out and use its bonus actions if it doesn't use it for spells.
Oh.
And it fights as a 2-handed weapon.
Oh. Oh.
Or a druid, if they can use long swords, for example, you know,
yeah,
or
one of you should take it.
or an alchemist, or a warlock, or whatever uses spell casting, you could use it with.
Oh my god, yeah.
And there is, he says, well, we need to get a sheath made for it. It feels dirty to just carry it. And then he looks around the room. He goes, you know what? And he walks over to the wall where she's buried and starts going through the flat that she's on, looking for the sheath.
What about the white robe downstairs?
Well, right. She's outside the tower. And he grabs the sheath and pulls it out of the flat that she's buried in. He says something in Elvish quietly, and he holds it up. When he does, the blade goes, fink, and sheaths itself. And he goes, well, I'm not using this. He holds it up. It is this blue cover on it with silver edge pieces. There is a tapestry painted on it of 2 people dancing down the scabbard. Like silhouettes almost.
One of you should take it. I'll walk over to her tomb or her sarcophagus.
Okay. She's floating like a foot out of the wall.
I would say thank you to her.
Your dagger, or not your dagger, your gauntlets hear something.
Listen.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to take this. So she's like, give me my fucking shit back.
Oh, it's probably the bad side. Yeah, I listen.
It is with no disadvantage because it's outside the tower. So just a regular roll for perception.
Hello, ma'am.
17.
She says, I believe you should dance with my blade since my husband and I no longer can. Or at least one of you. Thank you.
And I would say thank you to her.
And she says, I wish you the best. And your gauntlet lights up and the eyes light up when it hears the word wish, but nothing happens.
Okay.
So she's giving us the sword and wishes. She wants us to use
have
it
it,
as a
right?
gift.
Well, Dalamar says, I think we should take both. This dagger is too powerful to leave here as a blood drinker. I don't know how often it works. That part is not apparent. I need a little more time with it. Usually a blood drinker only works so often.
Estite, how good are you with longswords?
I mean, I'm fairly good.
Why
You
don't
know,
you take it? You
I'll-
had the message
sure.
for her, and she was very grateful when she spoke to me.
Sure. I mean,
Her
I
husband and her used to dance with.
could use it. I've got magics. I've also got, I've got my staff. As well.
Dalamar goes, whatever you do, only speak to an elven. Trust me, if you speak to an elven dance partner in another language, they will step on your toes.
Right.
Just remember their name.
Like, after hearing that, I'm like, Estite, are you sure you want an elven dance partner?
I'll take an elven dance partner. Sure.
Okay.
Are we
Okay.
going to the last floor then?
My hands and
What?
I'll put it on.
At least I don't think there's another one above this, not from my flight around the tower.
They say like fourth floor. They said was there a gateway?
That's what they said.
Do you still feel okay to go to the fourth floor?
I don't care. He's like, I don't care about the rituals or what they believe in.
Do you think the clock would be useful?
I think we grab it on the way out.
Okay,
Yeah, in
on
case
the way
anything
out.
goes south.
We've so far not had to fight or harm any of the spirits here, and if we can keep it that way, I'll be damned.
Absolutely. That's our MO.
Then up we go.
Yes. of course.
So as you all go to the next floor, I will move us all up there. Bravo so far for no combat, by the way. Yet a fucking gin.
Secret
I would
Council
I would
doesn't
a
like to throw down
t-shirt.
unless we have to throw down.
Now,
I want.
I want the secret shirt as well.
Well,
it's
what-
coming out
what-
next week.
speaking
It's
to
official,
ghosts.
by the way, for that. The secret
Speaking
shirt
to
is
ghosts.
official.
Yeah,
I got my
Secret
print of the
ghosts.
quality. I like it.
Ghosts.
It's the secret because coming out for our last month. I have a feeling the secret shirt will carry through all of the shows forever, and then Michael Jordan will get left in the dust because who gives a shit about him? So
We'll keep him
Michael
alive
Jordan
in our
goes across
hearts.
all
that
platforms.
motherfucker's
It's okay.
retired
Why his power is so strong.
because he has
Yes.
nothing else to do with his dunks. Anyway,
He's just got so much money. He's just doing Scrooge McDuck swimming.
as you come up to the top and you open the last door, in this area, it is a room that hovers in a starless night sky. It is the middle of the day. Through the floor is a stable, shattered wall fragments that float in the air, like you are kind of walking on broken pieces, but it's only a grout line thickness between them. Beyond these broken walls, outside of the room is a solid black expanse. And across this floor, in these path of stones, there is a single archway sculpted with sharp runes and the heads of 5 dragons.
Oh.
Within the archway swirls this bright blue and gray mist. What does the group want to do?
The ruins, are they in Elvish? I take it.
You'd have to get closer than standing by the door you came in through.
Ooh.
JD, watch it, Eric. Listen, Michael.
Yeah,
Look.
I'll
I think I had to do
hold
a
on.
PA amount.
He's
Yeah,
just gotta do
PSA
a little-
announcement, buddy. So here's the deal: Michael Jordan is overrated, and if you don't think Michael Jordan's overrated, I would like to remind you he played when everyone else was not at a level that they all play at now, and I know that, and I hate basketball. Just saying.
It's named after Michael Jordan by his parents.
That's why I said that. I'm just kidding. He's actually one of the best players of all time, and it's funny to say that.
He told me that. I was like, oh my god. Sorry, I just told the whole
So
world.
fucking
I
good.
want the world to know.
Oh.
Great.
He's like, this.
amazing.
I'm gonna find this guy. No. At least you're named after someone who doesn't suck, right?
Fair.
This is true.
I'll start walking closer to where I can try to make out the runes.
I'll come in.
I'm waiting for JD to type. I'm looking at it. He's like, motherfucker, I'm going to type my... Oh, wait, he was joking.
I'm
said,
gonna
wow.
find you.
JD said,
I'm
wow.
gonna kill you.
I'm kidding. He's actually one of the best players ever. I hate Aaron Rodgers,
Dynasty wow
too.
in caps.
And he's one of the best players of all time. But anyway, this isn't sports talk. Who's moving up to the portal?
Moving closer.
How close?
So, yeah, I think
About
like
right there.
Right in the uncomfortable area? Okay.
right, yeah.
Yeah, in the middle.
Game over. With that, the portal and the archway is a real thing. Dalamar looks around. He's like, I believe the star field outside is fake. I think it's an illusion. The broken walls, the space around, I don't think is real at this point. If it was, daylight would be pouring in. This feels like powerful magic. The portal, though, as you walk near closer, you can feel something emanating from it.
What kind?
What is this feeling?
Something's
Excited?
watching.
It's watching.
Mm-hmm.
If I sit there and I do like go side to side, do the dragon heads look like they're watching me?
No. Besides, like, the shadows moving, no.
I listen to my.
There is
Dead
no
watching.
noise. It is
So-
silent up here.
There's no one talking. about me.
There's no Michael Jordan. There's no elves.
No, nothing.
No nothing.
So remember when we first used the sphere and 2 of the constellations were missing?
Correct.
I wonder what happens if we use the sphere here.
Whoa. I remember all.
This is Kelly, sorry.
I have an idea.
Wow! Bring it out. Holy
Listen,
shit.
Adriel has a decent wisdom score, okay? I couldn't make both of her stats dump stats.
Nessie. Say something. Don't be
Maybe.
shy.
Maybe,
JD's
Yeah,
like, there
I've
better
never-
be Michael Jordan on the other side of the pool.
right? I've
Dude.
never seen, like,
Do the 5 dragon heads look different?
When you get close to them, if you would like to give me an Arcana check, you can.
so, but that's, I was gonna say that's Nora's suggestion. That's Adriel's suggestion, is maybe trying the Starlit Sphere in here.
I mean, that's
And
not
see
a
what
bad
pops up.
idea.
Do we have any +2s?
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah, I'll get you a +2.
Could I do one of that for a 22?
All right. They are green dragons.
Green dragons.
They're all green.
Can we do a history check on what we know on green?
I'll do the
dragons?
+2 int from Serving Hands.
Make servant hand. Green dragons correlate. Yeah, I guess any. Well, I mean, kind of piggybacking off of Diana's correlation with green dragons and Sylvanesti.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, green
Do that.
dragons. Oh, wait, your scales.
Yeah,
I'm
can I
sorry,
make a check?
Verena. What color
Oh.
scales are yours when you use your bloodline?
Do I feel different? I was gonna ask that.
You're not
earlier.
very
Do I
close. You're
feel-
not very close to the portal, are you now?
I will walk closer to the.
When you get near it, all 5 heads look at you.
I am going with her.
They look at you, and do you
Yes.
speak Draconic?
Yeah, I think I. Hold on, I'll double check. Pretty sure I do.
I just slide right.
Yeah, I
over
had to
I
learn it so
do,
I could talk to
do.
the both
yes,
of you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
we
yes.
all
In
do.
Draconic, they say, "Welcome to the Feywild, Princess."
That's Diane freaking out for a second. They just welcome me as a princess to the Feywild.
Did she only hear that, or do we hear?
I see
Only
that
her.
part.
You do see the heads move. She hears the voices, the mouths don't move, but they just kind of like the heads of the 5. There's like one in the middle at the top that looks down, 2 here, and the 2 that come up around the bottom that make the basin.
The wildest.
You're a
In Draconic again, they say, "Who are these other dragons with you?"
And I say in Draconic, they are my friends. They're here. They come in peace too.
I cannot see their colors or the medals. And the heads are slowly turning and like talking to each other now in whispers.
Look, I am the only one with the bloodline here.
That
Be
is not
honest with you.
true.
No?
And one of the heads turns and looks to Adriel. Another head looks and turns to Easttide.
They have draconic blood in them?
Well, come through the portal and we will find out.
I don't want harm to my friends. They don't mean harm to you.
No,
Any of them.
but the portal needs to be repaired, Princess.
You need help repairing it.
I can't fix it. I am a piece of stone. We are stone.
Sorry. I don't mean to nose my accent. Making everyone feel like I hate them or something.
Dalamar goes, "Are those things fucking talking to you?" from the back of the room, as he is definitely keeping his distance.
I'll just talk in English. I'm like, they want, wow, that was Diana.
Oh yeah, well they're talking about getting their stuff fixed. They got some big going ons.
That's right. We totally just got back from Canada. You know, they're taking us up north. It's all good.
They got some big doings that they want us to do there, eh?
So they want me to come to the portal.
Hurtle.
Yo,
She's gonna go through the
I'm
purple.
clipping.
Tongue tied.
Clipped. Priceless.
Yeah, they just want us to go up north there.
Everybody share that clip. If you clip it on YouTube, share it everywhere. I expect Serving Hands, Peppo, Nessie, JD, everyone to share out that love. Just put Michael Jordan, Dragon, somebody will see it.
Right.
Perfect.
Fair. 100%.
Our Lord and
Sorry, Diana.
Savior.
I hate you all. They want
We
me
love
to
you.
go through it to repair it. And they're asking if all of you are dragons. They said that it seems like maybe one of you is too. But I'm trying to convince them not to hurt you. It's because you're my friends. But I think they just want... And I go in Draconic. Do you just want me to come through?
Well, if they are all children of dragons, then you should all go through. But I will say the other side is not the Feywild you expect.
Eric, I have a question.
Ask away, Nora. I mean, Kelly.
Sorry. So if Elena's telling us that we may have some sort of weird draconic blood or something,
And that's what they're saying.
my cloak is really good at making illusions. Is
Sure.
there some way, I don't know if there would be like a card or a check or something, where I could have my cloak maybe reverse illusions and see if there's something hidden
You'd have
from
to have
us?
dispel magic, and from what Dalamar is saying, the magic here is too powerful for him to dispel.
No, I meant on me and S-Tide.
Again, it would be pretty powerful. It would be a dispel magic,
Okay.
which has not been attempted before. I mean, it's something you could do. I don't know if you want to do that here. That's up to you.
They are also saying that it is not the Feywild that they used to.
Well, nothing's how it used to be after what happened 300 years ago.
I mean,
True.
do we all go in?
They-
It is be helpful to us.
Calling me princess.
Do we have to go in to fix it,
called-
or can we fix it from this side?
They called you a princess.
Yes, they called me the princess.
It's like,
Oh.
understand. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You know that, and I just say, you know that's not going to change how I hit on you, right?
Dalamar goes, agreed.
The one time, Dalamar, I Exactly.
I'll turn to the dragons, and there's no way to fix the portal from here.
It must be repaired from the other side.
No, then we must repair it from. If they come in with me to help me, is that okay?
They're your servants, not mine.
What's it? Now,
I mean, we'll just figure it out.
And another one goes, as long as they are to help. And another one of the heads go, you should speak with the elf on the other side.
now question 2 about robes, Adriel. That white one down below, but protection. Are able to use robes in such a way that it could possibly help protect us. But I know that's not really an expertise, but any knowledge that you would know of that.
I mean, if it's like a stronger version of the one that I had originally requisitioned from Capwn, it'll help with protecting yourself physically and in case magics are cast on you or something. I don't know the actual properties of it, so I don't know if putting it on is going to give you anything extra.
Also,
The portal flickers. You see a silhouette move on the other side.
there's an elf on the other side. They want us to go talk to.
It cannot come through. And the head at the top is the one that's doing most of the talking.
So do we go? I feel like this is important.
Dalamar goes, I could study these runes. We could figure a way out to maybe use it. I'm guessing this portal could go to other places. It looks like the runes move.
Oh.
And one of the dragons goes, they are correct. You can align it to go to other places, but it is stuck.
Says it's correct. You can align it to other places, but it's not moving. It doesn't want to move. So that's what they need help with. They're willing to help if you let us all come in.
Can I get an Arcana check from, I think, Adriel, you're trained in it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. And I don't remember if S-Tide is also trained in Arcana. Then just Adriel. And because Dalamar's too far away. He's not getting close to this. Moving stone dragon heads? No.
I got a 19 on the die for a 22.
So when you're kind of looking into the portal and expecting it, the sculpted dragon heads, it is correct. All 5 of them are green dragon heads. And that is the runes that are around them and in between the scales that are carved are magic of the Feywild. You do notice they do rotate, like you can physically move them, which will allow you to control the portal and probably how it functions. With you and Dalamar together, a little bit of time, maybe an hour or 2, you could get it to work. If you want to adjust the runes without like going through, you could attempt to do it. And it probably would function. These are just the gate guardians to whatever this portal goes to.
Okay.
You could probably attempt it without going through. Because right now, looking at that portal, it's just gray and blue, and you have no idea where the fuck it goes.
So I share that. Like, if Dalamar
Telepathic
and I work
talk, yep.
Yeah, I'm like, if Dalamar and I work together, we might be able to get up and running without having to go through. Maybe if we get it up and running, we can get a clearer picture of what's on the other side, too.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. But
speak
but
to
I
the
do
elf.
have, and I look in my pack, I'm like, I mean, I've still got some of that mercurial flux in here in case we need it.
Yes, and speak to the elf. I think it's strapped over.
Did they say who the elf was?
Mighty dragons, you beautiful creatures. Who is this elf on the other side?
They all bow when you give them compliments, like their heads do, low. And they all look up in unison. They say, their name is Veriel. Veriel.
I have a letter in my pack for that.
Fucking do we have another fucking letter?
Oh my god.
I would say very out.
I'm looking at right now. I see no other S-Tide letter
No
here.
other S-Tide letters.
Very smart choice to say, unless someone is sitting on one, there isn't one, or they craft one, there isn't one. Could you imagine? Oh, I got a letter for that man. They say, yes, he is a spirit that walks within the other plane. Do you wish to enter? And they all like fan out wide, giving you access to the portal.
Oh, I go real quick and message, like, do you think you can fix it? Because they want me to enter.
I mean, we can try. Going through might give us a better idea of what the hell we are dealing with. But I will tell you, I will stay on this side in case things go wrong. The telepathic connection between us will sever. If it's another plane, my magic does not work that far.
I mean, then S-Tide, we want to write a message for Dalamar to take back in case we're trapped for a bit.
I think that'd be good, at least to get take back to the also area because
The fortress.
Look, if things go
Fortress and,
wrong,
Becklin as well.
I'm coming in to get at least one of you out, if I can. And then we can talk about where everybody went and do all that stuff. But I don't like the idea of going through a portal blindly. That's how mages die. You don't know where this goes, and 5 random statue heads are calling you a princess, and you believe them? I don't know. And you didn't know? Also, you're a princess, by the way. You're buying all of our meals.
I'm not made of money. Come
Oh,
on.
okay. Let's focus on if we can fix the portal, Dalamar. Do you think we can get a better idea of what's on the other side?
I think if we can fix the portal, I can line it to wherever we want to go. It's tied to the ley lines. It may... I mean, that's what I would say. But if we want knowledge on what happened here and why it looks like it is, you might have to go talk to whatever this Variel person is. Sounds
Right,
like
but
a
I'm
pompous
saying-
dick elf to me.
Hey,
I'm saying, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we fix it, that can give us a better chance of controlling where we go. Like, in order to go find this person, would it make it easier for us to get back, possibly, if we fix it on this side?
I don't think the portal will close. It looks like it's constantly active. I don't think we have to worry about it closing. I'm just worried about what's on the other side. I think you go through, at least from my understanding, is he's still talking from the back of the room. I think you can go in and out. Ask the dragons and then see if they're lying, if you have a way to do that. Or whatever the animated constructs are.
I mean, yeah, Diane, if you want to ask them questions and like roll insight to see if they're
Yeah,
questioning you.
you could.
I was gonna
I
roll
mean,
insight,
anyone
but I can't
can
hear them.
If you are within the same distance as her, you can hear them as well if you speak Draconic.
Oh, okay.
Can
Oh,
can
so
I
we're right
have
next to
rolled?
it.
Yeah, can we like roll insight on conversations?
Yeah, so far. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll say whoever
okay.
wants to roll, you can take an aid, and then one person can roll on their own.
I'll roll on my own because I'm not using, like, I still don't trust exactly what's going on here. I'm
Don't
not
blame
using it
you.
as like,
I'll prevent
oh,
some-
geez. Okay, you know what? These dispel dice are on fire. I got another 19 for a 24.
Okay. Would you?
I'm not bullshitting.
I'm assuming Valina's going to roll and get aid from
S-Tide?
S-Tide.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. You don't. Would you like inspiration for damage to reroll, or do you have
Is
a
that-
bond
is that
ideal and
with
flaw, and near the end of the episode you could
Wait,
use that?
was that with the aid from S-Tide?
I rolled a 1.
Did you roll two ones?
Oh no.
You get advantage.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Do you have a bond ideal or flaw to give you an inspiration to reroll?
I'm a fucking princess? That's that's the new bond, ideal or flaw?
Oh my god. I mean, to regain my knighthood.
You're already a
That's
knight. I mean, you are leaning into him. I also a princess, but give me. I mean, I'll give it to you if you want to spend it. I think that's fair because you're gonna have to
We should
change that
change-
knighthood one. Yeah, you know what it is now? Am I a fucking princess? That's the new version of
Okay,
the
okay.
bond ideal and flaw.
A 20.
Yo!
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple things. One, no, they are not lying.
Not lying.
Adriel, you can tell they're not lying as well. 2, the person waiting on the other side is elven of some form. You can kind of see the ears through the silhouette. Not only are they not lying, they seem to respond to you with only truthfulness. Like they cannot lie to you.
Okay.
Which then means that they believe that we have draconic.
What they say.
Possibly, yeah. Right?
Is there anything else you want to ask them? It's magically suspicious. Thanks.
I already forgot what I was gonna. Do beautiful, great ones. Do people have people come in and out of this portal, or is it because it's broken? They stay on one side.
I don't think they can come through, but you can go back and forth freely.
I would say that.
My guess is they are dead.
And I would say that.
Oh, you can hear them. If you're within 5 foot,
Oh,
everyone
that's
can hear them in Draconic.
Well, I mean,
Right.
All right. Well, we want to help you, so we're going to.
We don't need help. We are here to serve you.
I'll bow. Like
They
really
bow
quick,
as
like,
well.
As a thank you.
As a
are we
as-
supposed to bow as well, princess?
I,
I'm asking, like, partially
Yeah.
joking, but also partially serious. You've heard
mean-
Adriel like this before.
I think
I would.
S side would probably somewhat bow too. He kind of bows to the dragons and then a little bit to
In
Her as well,
Draconic,
too.
when Adriel goes through... well, actually, I should say this first. What's the order you go through in?
I
I-
would go first.
all right.
They would say, Princess of the Feywild, Blood of Green Dragons, welcome home. Who's next?
I'm gonna go next in case anything
Yeah.
happens to her, because then I can try and cast some heals.
Adriel, servant of the brass. Welcome to the Feywild.
Okay.
Nice.
I
look
nod
back-
respectfully, and then I'm kind of like internally like, what the
I'll look back at Delamar.
Delamar goes, I mean, they're already doomed. You might as well go with them, right?
And just be safe, right? We'll try to get back in one piece of peace.
Look, I can teleport successfully home. I know where that's at.
Be safe, all right?
Yep,
Oh.
he stands all the way back against the wall.
Then I'll step up to the portal.
He says, Aldurin, one of them says, Aldurin S-Tide, and the head moves down and nudges you.
You might have to pay a price.
Uh-oh.
You smell of the chromatic order, but yet you look metallic. Are you a draconian?
Not that I know of, no.
You smell of both, and only creatures crafted smell that way. And another head comes down and sniffs you as well, as they're already through the portal.
Almighty green dragons, I promise I am also here to help. And I lower my head.
We don't believe you're not here to help. We just think you're an abomination.
I've gotten that a lot.
You smell of reptiles, and they start like going through everything you've ever changed to.
Oh, the tear.
And one of them goes, "Let him through." The princess says they are with her.
I was gonna say, Adam, just offering some carrot cake and see if that works.
Ooh, carrot cake. No.
One of the dragons is like, hell yeah.
The heads move out of the way, and the top one stays low and smells you again, and says, "You are a mystery, but you are of draconic origin, Kender." And it slides aside to let you in. When you go through, you see all the heads close across the portal for a moment and reopen. It is blackness. There is the feeling of and smell of fresh flowers, and it is snuffed out by decay. When you walk into the other area, there is this shadowy person in this vast, shadowy starfield. No trees, no grass, no nothing. If you want to know where you are, you can make an Arcana check at disadvantage. But this is definitely not a Feywild.
Well, they told us it wasn't going to be what we were expecting.
Yeah.
It is a
Disadvantage.
barren, unfamiliar landscape. There are jagged peaks of colorless rock in the distance. The color from each of you fades, except for the color of your draconic heritage. You have a greenish tinge to your skin, Valina. There is a brash color to Adriel. And Aldrin turns into a shadowy black form. The aura shifts through the chromatic spectrum and doesn't stop. This person walks out of what seemingly is nowhere and says, I am Variel, Wakenreth's caretaker. You are in the field of the lost and the silent. What can I do for you?
I would bow my head again. I am Velina Tarkisis. We want to help repair the portal and the dragon.
Ah,
All the other beings that need.
well, we are in a state of disarray. This doomed mausoleum was once to be a symbol of peace between the Sylvanesi and Ishtar, or what many call the City of Lost Names. When Ishtar left or lifted, it left this obelisk behind. With it, something worse. And he looks around, and in the distance you can see shadows of mausoleum, and there is a fucking large creature moving in the distance. And it moves behind a mausoleum and disappears and shows up behind another one. It seems humanoid, but it is 18 to 20 foot tall, hands on top of the mausoleums moving its way through. There is no way that 1,000+ elven soldiers could be in that mausoleum. This is the actual site where many of them are left to rest.
Okay.
And he says, this is the House of Silence. There is no sound here other than myself and those who visit that are the living. And sure enough, there is no wind, no sound of the dirt that you walk on. It is deadly silent. You don't even hear the thing moving in the distance. What can I do for you? Who do you wish to see? Visit? Give rights to?
I turn to the group.
This is your chance to basically speak to anyone who is a Sylvanesti who has died.
This is maybe not the best idea.
I already know where this is going.
Kelly is saying this, not Adriel necessarily. Do we want to see if we can talk to Ludara and not have her disappear on us?
Yeah.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
as far as we know, she's a Sylvanesti, right? Otherwise, we could try and pull the sister Tina Drea. I can't really think of any other Sylvanesti off the top of my head that are dead that would know much. I don't know if we got the names of the other maidens that were killed. Unless you guys can think of something.
The only other person I would think would be Stock's wife.
Don't
But
know
she
her
would have had
name.
to come here though. Yeah, her name.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm thinking is
If
maybe
if you're here to help me and there's no one else, I will say as the caretaker, we do have a slight problem. And he looks to the thing moving still.
okay.
It is a lumbering hunger and seems to be disturbing not only the spirits but the tower itself. I have not been able to close this portal for a long time. This should only be open when those who come to visit Elven. And he looks at all of you like, none of you are elves.
They let the dragons that are guarding the portal let me through because I am the princess of the Feywild.
The green of the I'm sorry, you are what?
The princess of the Feywild.
I mean, that's what the dragons
That's what
told
they
us
called
anyway.
me. Yes.
Oh. Sure.
Oh.
I mean, if that's what they told you, they are the wardens of the Feywild, the green. they think you're a princess, then maybe somewhere in the Feywild you are, but this here is the Shadowfell. You're not a princess of this realm.
Oh, but I'm just telling you how we enter.
Well, good for you. I wish to close this portal if you are here to help me. It looks again, and now the monster is like 100 foot from you behind a monolith, like
Okay,
looking
yes.
over. And
I'm
it
going
is
to help.
slowly making its way through this gigantic Shadowfell graveyard.
Okay, time to help.
Well, I have not been able to get rid of it. The Unkelok is a beast of hunger.
Bullets? An Unkelok?
Unkelok, yes, that is correct. They are born from destruction. And they continue that destruction.
Yes, we want to help fix this portal. Let us do it.
Well, I wish you the best. And he like turns and like walks behind a tombstone and disappears.
Of course he does.
Cool.
The portal is still behind you. The dragon heads are closed, but they are turned and looking in.
Now what? I'll have to fix magic?
So can we roll something to figure out what this creature actually is besides
It's
born
religion.
destruction continues destruction? Okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No disadvantage. Just a regular roll.
Just regular roll, alright.
Oh,
Nope,
I got,
nope.
No, I got a 1.
I got
Yeah,
a
I
2.
rolled a 6.
Yo, we're so good at this.
Inspiration for damage, anyone?
Oh god. Hurts.
Hold on.
There's no knowledge of Palanthus. I checked.
I mean, I'll take it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, look what happened. Oh no, there's a Knowledge of Palanthus card that just got played. Oh gosh. Oh, who played? Oh, Kelly Dawson. Thank you for supporting the stream, Kelly.
Is there a card for a creature like this?
I
Like,
played
a
your
creature?
card for you, ma'am. Here's what you would know about them. He called it the Doom Mausoleum. And you know that the creature he is talking about, the Unkelok, is a huge, usually evil creature that feeds off of destruction and the dead. They collect corpses that try to flee and walk them back in their rib cages to their burial site. If this thing is in the middle of trying to find someone, do something, kill something, it will continue doing it. When the mausoleum, this doomed mausoleum, was destroyed, there must be something that happened between the caretaker of Wakenreth, this creature, and this site, where it is uneven. It is not well rested. And it's either the caretaker or the creature.
Superpower of Flux card.
With Palanthus, you know that a Ankaleth does not get put in a burial site. It finds them and feeds off of them and eats their bones to become bigger and stronger. If it's already huge, it's been here a while.
Oh, and then this was the pathway for the elves. So it's
This is where all the elves are buried.
warriors.
Well, they've been coming here for their eternal rest or whatever. Instead,
Right.
they're walking into someone's stomach.
Right. Deal with the creature or try to find the caretaker as we get ready to close our show for the night. Or leave. Total option. You 100% can walk out of the portal and they will not stop you. They will let you back through. You could regroup. boy, I've stumped my players tonight.
You have.
Mm.
I mean,
Winning.
we could try repairing it and then going back out to regroup and then see.
Did you turn around and look at the portal?
I'll turn around and look at the portal, whatever.
The portal stone is here. It's all elven. On this side is elven warriors kind of reaching across and like holding up what looks to be this floating city. And at the top, like at the keystone, is a floating city that these elven warriors are holding aloft.
Okay.
Around it, there are flying dragons that seem to keep the city aloft, but it's all just sculpture.
Right.
What do we want to do?
You guys want to... Do I need to be the ghost whisperer for our little trio? Should I go talk to this thing while you guys repair the portal?
You want to go talk to the beast?
They're usually evil, but we're not sure if they're intelligent.
That is 1,000% true. You don't know.
How to fix this portal?
Oh, I don't think we necessarily, like... I mean, we can try and figure that out as well. I think... This is what I think we should do. I think we should try and fix the portal, go back, find someone who is way smarter. Like, maybe Elena knows something, or the...
Or Dalamar.
Dalamar. But if Dalamar doesn't or can't or whatever, maybe we can get one of Yelena's golems here with us, and then if something happens, we don't have to necessarily worry about her coming through. I don't know. I feel like we need to go get some...
While
more
you were
knowledge.
discussing,
No.
this creature has moved within 60 foot, and your passive perception is high enough to pick it up as it hits the 60-foot mark, is it gets down on all fours like a bear and begins to run through the Shadowfell graveyard towards you.
I pull everyone with me. We go back through the portal.
Does everybody go with her?
I mean, we can try. I don't know if it's going to work. We were discussing fixing it.
When you get in
Can
the
we
portal,
fix it
the
from the other
heads move,
side?
and the heads reach through and grab you and pull you through the portal.
Okay.
Which is what they're waiting for. As that happens, this thing chases. I am going to drop it on the portal. This is what the creature looks like. They look like a mass of bone and bear. Right. With long tongues, they move in unnatural ways as it hits the gateway and gets its claws through. And starts pulling itself to try to get through the portal.
Let's get Dalamar.
Who is the last person through? It will not be Valina, because I guarantee
I'm pushing them both through.
that I am taking one attack on you to close our show
Okay.
to see if I can get a bite on you to
Okay.
yank you back through the portal.
Okay.
For all the marbles, I'm spending a few Takesis points, and by a few, I mean all of them, to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Come on, ankle lock. That's a good roll. With the number on the die, I have a 28.
Yes.
Okay. Can
Wait,
you
hold on.
do anything to change that? 28 is pretty high.
Shield will get me up to 24.
Did you have a shield out though? Or you mean the spell?
Yes, the spell.
Gotcha.
I have my shield out, and spell would get me up to 24.
Okay.
Cloak do anything?
The cloak, it gives me an extra +2 to my AC, which is already included in my AC.
Audience, I would like you to roll me 5d6, please. I think that's an exclamation point.
So I won't cast shield,
Okay.
because I won't be able to... It won't do anything.
Does it hit you?
It's going to hit me with or without shield, so yes, it's going to hit me.
I need you to make me a strength saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay.
As we wait for the 5d6 to come out for the audience, it comes through, and while its hands are holding, it doesn't have it, do 46 and a 1d6 then. As it pulls through, and grabs. Its rib cage opens up and engulfs, trying to grab a hold of her. So I see the 1d6. Now we need a 4d6. So we got 5. Oh, you don't do them individually. Do 4d6. There's a 4d6 button. I guarantee there's a 4d6 button. Someone roll 4d6.
I don't know if this is going to be enough. I got an 18 on the die.
This whole audience. Fine. I'll take all your rolls. Fine.
I got an 18 on the die. My strength bonus is a 2. So that's a 20.
5.
I'm also calling on Shinare with Favored by the Gods to add 2d4 to that save.
Okay.
I probably don't have.
So it's 24 points of damage
Okay, 22. I got a 25 to get.
for the strength.
Yes.
Okay. You take 25 points of damage as the ribs.
No, I don't. I take half as the cloak
God damn it.
protects his.
So as it
protects me
hits
gives
and
me
starts
resistance.
pulling, rips holes in the cloak, like trying to grab you, as it kind of
Yes.
frays you as you come through. You stop from being engulfed by its action. I'm going to spend the last couple points I have to take one more attack to do the same thing, but I won't have advantage on this one.
Okay.
26 to hit you.
That's still gonna hit.
Nothing we can do.
Yeah, 5d6 doesn't work, Sam. It's 4. I just don't have a 5d6 one.
So what was the initial damage?
I had advantage on it last time. I don't.
No,
this
I'm saying
time.
that the damage from the first attack.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. So I only took 11. Okay.
Okay, does 26 hit you? For the second attack, as it hits once and then comes through further and grabs with its rib cage one more time.
Yes, because shield again won't get me.
Okay.
It'll only get me to
So
24.
if you do exclamation point 4d6, audience, it should. Whoops! If I can fucking type today. There it is. Yeah, okay, it works. So 46. So you can do 46 and a 1d6. I don't have a 5d6 in there. I'll add one. I've been doing it for rogues to have all their numbers in there. So someone give me a 4d6 and then one person give me a 1d6. As it hits again, I need one more strength save from you. And this is the only other attack I got is it's trying to get through the portal.
Okay.
And I let them get me a 4d6 and a 1d6 for damage. As this creature is doing its best to grab her and bring her back into the Shadowfell Mausoleum. And we will be picking up here next week. Unless something crazy happens right now, and I never fucking know with this party.
2 weeks, isn't next week?
Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you're right.
Yeah.
So I got 46 for 6 point.
21 and 6.
No, so 13.
Oh, okay. So 13 and 6. Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
All right, so 19, 27 points of damage.
Okay.
Does your cloak protect you again for half?
Let me take a look.
And then what did you get for your strength?
2 damage type of choice. Okay, so then yeah, I think if this is still the same round.
Yep,
then
same round.
It does. Okay,
Okay.
so then that was 27.
Yep.
Okay, so it's gonna actually be 14 minus. Okay, so I'm still up, amazingly enough.
All right.
And then, do I have disadvantage on this other strength check or no?
Nope, just a regular roll.
Okay.
I don't have enough Takesis points to do it again.
Okay.
Because technically she's pushing, but we're all kind of grabbing onto each other. Can I technically assist?
Nope,
I'll hold
too
on.
quick.
No. Okay.
That's a 19.
It
Yes.
grabs and it gets a hold of you, but between your cloak and yourself, as it
And my
flays out,
desperation to get the fuck
pushing
out
in
here.
desperation, we will end, and I am not telling you if you get captured or not. So
Well, I was gonna spend a card to try and give me an extra plus to that.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. You can spend it, but I'm not telling you if you made it or not.
No, I know, but I mean,
What did you? Go ahead, spend your card. What's your total? I'll write it down.
21.
STR of 21. And we will end there for the evening. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We found out that Valina is a princess and that other people might be
Yes,
dragon-blooded. Look, I told you I am not going to run this game as it is because it's boring. But this creature, I did not make. This nightmare fucking fuel of bear and bone is 100% part of this fucking adventure. So we will be closing here for the evening. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the final month of our Dragonlance. And it's a doozy coming up for the last month as they make their way into the City of Lost Names. If they survive this, and depending on how tomorrow goes, we'll see if we have anyone even surviving long enough to be able to go to the city. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Does anyone have any shows this week before we close out? You're back from a convention. You get to rest and sleep. Is there anything else going on for the two of you? Any shows? Anything special?
Maybe cooking. at
Cooking?
some point,
Cooking
or
show?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Get
Gotta
your
do
Iron
that.
Chef
It's been
on.
a while.
Yeah, I gotta get that going, you know, so that'll be fine, and I'll wear my new.
Hey,
Canadian
Valina
hat
can't
back.
cook, but Diana can cook. So,
This is
Fair.
true. Yes.
So fair.
Yes.
do you have any
That's
more shirt
so
ripping
true.
to do this week, Kelly?
Oh yeah.
No. I promised Jenna I would behave on the 28th. I will be on Femme Gamer Party playing Siren Squad. I'm going to play Coral, the gym bro.
Ooh.
Mermaid?
Oh,
The
you're
gym
at the
bro?
gym.
Yes. So I've got my bright neon orange Adidas hoodie saying "Impossible is nothing," ready and set to go. I'm gonna get
Wow.
my blender bottle ready and set with some protein powder. I'm gonna get my 15 pound dumbbell.
I want a card that makes you have to do push-ups. That's what I want. If you're gonna play gym bro, you gotta do them push-ups incline only.
I can't just do the curls like in the squat rack when everybody else wants to use the squat rack.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my God. Well, wave bye, everybody. Thank you for being here for episode 28,
Bye, guys.
Awake of the
See
Dead.
you.
We're going to go over and do our YouTube thingy where I talk at you or to you about what's going on. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye,
So,
everyone.
everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight for another one of Dragonlance, a song of lance and fire. I hope you've enjoyed this series. This is episode 28. We only have a few more left to go. 6, as a matter of fact. Well, 7 with tomorrow. And that'll be the end of this story. But don't worry, there'll be plenty more on EFP. And if you want to catch up on what's going on this side's going to be the video for all the live play stuff. Share it with your friends. We're currently like 168. At 500, we get to actually be a partner with YouTube, which is super cool. Share with your friends. Get as many people as you can over here. And then on this side is that bell you click. Turn on all. I'll be back tomorrow night at 7:30 with Tuesday's group. Now, let me tell you, the secret time after hours for Tuesday did not go as planned, and my favorite spell of all time was set off as a trap. Disintegration. Question is, who died? See you guys all tomorrow.